Willie 1550.
It is about that time again for some Bombers baseball as the top team now in the TCL looks for win number 7 in a row. They've rattled off 6 straight, improving to 7-2 last night with an 11-0 victory and on the road, I should add, against the Texas Marshals. They'll look to do the same again as it's the Brazos Valley Bombers and the Texas Marshals. This is the Bombers Live pregame show presented by Nutribullet. It is a beautiful afternoon here in Plano, Texas. A little bit on the warm side, 90 degrees is what it feels like. A slight wind out of the north at 14 miles an hour. The wind making it feel like 88. That, of course, the weather update presented by KBTX, your official game day weather partner of the Brazos Valley Bombers. I'm Kyle Yeomans bringing you the pregame show and the game. Today I'm riding solo in the booth here in Plano. We're live from Graham Field, home of the Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions and also the home of the Texas Marshals, the team that the Brazos Valley Bombers will be taking on tonight. Like I added last night, an 11-0 victory for the Bombers over the Marshals as they improved to 7-2 on the season, took sole possession of first place in the TCL standings, now with a half-game advantage over the Acadiana Cane Cutters, but not far behind are the Victoria Generals. Let's give you a quick rundown here of the TCL standings. Like I said, the Bombers up at the top, 7-2, Acadiana 6-2, Victoria 6-3, Texarkana sitting at 2-7, and the Texas Marshals down at 1-8. So nobody out of the race just yet. Of course, 4 teams make the TCL playoffs. We're still very early in the TCL season. There's a little bunch at the top with the Bombers, the Cane Cutters, and the Generals being the next team that the Bombers will take on as they leave Plano today. They wrap up the series, a 2-game swing with the Marshals, and they'll head on to play the Victoria Generals starting tomorrow night. That game at 7:05 as well. On the mound today for the Brazos Valley Bombers, it's actually a former reliever of the Bombers. It's Dayton Lane, College Station native. He's listed at 6'1", 180. He had 21 appearances, no games started, so this is going to be his first start since high school. And coming out of Hutchinson Junior College, Lane is known for the strikeout. Struck out 10.2 batters per 9 innings at Hutchinson. Didn't walk a whole lot at 4.8 as the average per 9 innings. He had a 3.60 ERA in 30 innings pitched in that season, collegiate-wise. In the season that he's had so far with the Brazos Valley Bombers, it's been all out of the bullpen. He has yet to give up a run. He's continued to really wow out of the bullpen like the rest of the Bombers bullpen has. Now, the bullpen combined for a 24-inning scoreless streak, which was added on to last night by Clayton Hill. The Bombers pitching has been outstanding. The Bats woke up last night, 2 home runs after not hitting any through the first 8 games of the season. When we come back here on the Bombers Live pregame show presented by Nutribullet, we'll catch up with head coach Trey Porras and see what he thinks was some of the lineup changes that he decided to go with today over the Texas Marshals and what he's going to expect out of his new reliever turned starter on the mound as Dayton Lane will take the hill. That's it for the first segment. Let's go to the second segment and take a quick commercial break. This is the Bombers Live pregame show presented by Nutribullet on Willie 1550.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We just bought a fixer-upper, and I don't know where to begin. So I went to see Paul at our neighborhood Ace.
I told Nate we have everything he needs to help him repair their home, from a wide selection of paint colors, Craftsman tools, and the best lawn and garden brands.
Ace is a place with exactly what you need, starting with help.
Visit Turner Pearson Foltz, your local Ace hardware store, 604 West Washington in Navasota. Citizen State Bank recognizes the importance of education and training that will prepare our youth for leadership roles in agriculture. That's why they invite you to join them in supporting the youth of Grimes County at this year's annual Grimes County Fair. Citizen State Bank also offers a wide range of full-service banking, including internet banking, Visa debit cards, and 8 ATM locations. Stop by their convenient location in Navasota or visit them on the web at www.csbtx.com. Citizen State Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Today, we're talking about your budget and budget blinds.
People get so hung up on that word budget.
Listen, everybody's got a budget. Budget blinds is all about getting the window coverings you really want at a price that fits your budget.
Right. They have exclusive designer styles, hundreds of choices.
And Budget Blinds gives you expert service. None of that do-it-yourself. The pros bring the showroom to you, then do it all. Measure and install.
What a relief.
That's style and service for every budget.
And right now, during their 25th anniversary celebration, it's the biggest sale of the year with special upgrades and offers.
Explain the free upgrades like the invisible tilt for shutters.
Make shutters look cleaner, more contemporary. Same with the free cordless upgrade on honeycomb shades. No cords. Looks sleek and uncluttered.
I like that. Just call this number. It's easy to remember. 855-BUDGET-BLINDS.
855, then the name, Budget Blinds, or go online.
BudgetBlinds.com.
Remember, budget means getting custom window coverings at a price that fits your budget. And remember, 855 Blinds.
Offer good on selected products at participating independently owned and operated franchises only. Some restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
When an injury keeps you from being active, you want one place that has the expertise to care for all your orthopedic needs. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health is ready to care for you as a whole person. From athletic injuries to arthritis, you'll get personalized care from orthopedic specialists. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a physician, visit BaylorScottandWhite.com.
Willie, 1550.
And we're back on the Bombers Live pregame show presented by Nutrabolt. I'm joined now by head coach Trey Porras. And Trey, last night a great 11-0 victory over the same Marshall squad. You look to replicate that tonight, and it seems like over the past week, your pitchers have really been able to save a couple of arms because of the quality starts and quality outings from just the few individuals that do get into the game. How does that really play into your advantage in terms of a long road trip like we're on now, or in terms of going on down the rest of the season?
Yeah, first of all, it was a great team win yesterday. Obviously the bats swung well, and we got another quality start out of Ross, and then Clayton Hill came in and threw well out of the bullpen. So, it does, like we've talked about before, it just makes it easier on me to be able to have arms that I can go to in key spots. Really with the 8-run second yesterday, it let everybody relax a little bit. Ross could go there and attack the zone with fastballs and challenge hitters. And anytime you get a big crooked number like that, it makes things a lot easier from a player and manager standpoint.
Yeah, it really kind of takes the breath out of the game a little bit whenever you get to go out and have that much success from the play, right? Yeah, and in a good way. Of course. It doesn't, if guys were, and I don't think anybody in this team is tight or nervous or anything of that sort, but if they were, just kind of freeze them up to let them go react and play, and that's generally when you're at your best. And then today you see Dayton Lane onto the hill, and he's had a couple of appearances, all of them in relief thus far, where he has had relative success in his time on the mound. Now he's got a chance to start. What do you expect out of the College Station native? He's a guy who has a really solid two-pitch mix. When he can spot up his fastball and throw his slider for strikes, he gives you a chance to compete every time he goes out. So as long as he has those two pitches tonight and they're both on, then I'm expecting a quality start from Dayton. And then through the first 9 games of the season, you kind of saw a little bit of the same lineup, maybe a couple changes here and there. Today, it looks completely different. Now, I know you do get a chance to rest your second baseman in Michael Hellman today, but Dalton Stark moves out of the cleanup spot, and you move Dallas Stefano into that slot after his hot night last night. What is really your thought process behind that? Yeah, as we touched on before in yesterday's pregame show, with the flexibility of an extra infielder now, we're able to
give guys a day off, and today it's Mike's turn to get the day off. So with that in mind, Mike has been a staple in our 3-hole in the early part of this season. So I wanted to move up guys who felt comfortable in that role, and Starkey's done it for us at Corpus Christi throughout the year and been in the middle of the order. So I know he doesn't have a problem in that role. And really, Dallas is just swinging the bat so well right now that I want him to get as many opportunities at the plate as possible.
And then Troy Anderson also had a hot night last night, along with Michael Hellman as well, hitting his first home run of the season. Do you see any opportunity for either one of those guys to potentially pinch hit coming off the bench?
Yeah, I'd really love to just give them both a day off. Troy's a guy who he pitches a little bit as well, and if the situation's right, he might get an inning on the mound tonight. But, other than that, I would love for those guys just to get a day to rest, to mentally rest, to physically rest, and get right for the four-game stand against Victoria.
That's it for me. Thank you, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
So the Bombers look to win their 7th in a row and improve to 8-2 on the season here against the Texas Marshals before moving on and taking on the Victoria Generals in Victoria tomorrow night. First pitch at 7:05, and when we come back, starting lineups, and we'll give you that first pitch right here on Willie 1550.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We just bought a fixer-upper, and I don't know where to begin. So I went to see Paul at our neighborhood Ace.
I told Nate we have everything he needs to help him repair their home, from a wide selection of paint colors, Craftsman tools, and the best lawn and garden brands.
Ace is a place with exactly what you need, starting with help.
Visit Turner Pearson Foltz, your local Ace Hardware store, 604 West Washington in Navasota. Citizen State Bank recognizes the importance of education and training that will prepare our youth for leadership roles in agriculture. That's why they invite you to join them in supporting the youth of Grimes County at this year's annual Grimes County Fair. Citizen State Bank also offers a wide range of full-service banking, including internet banking, Visa debit cards, and 8 ATM locations. Stop by their convenient location in Navasota or visit them on the web at www.csbtx.com. Citizen State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Those facing cancer no longer have to journey far from home to receive the comprehensive care and support they need. Introducing the new Baylor Scott & White Cancer Center College Station, now featuring the full range of treatment options, support resources, and experienced team patients need for complete cancer care, all in one place. Backed by Texas's largest not-for-profit healthcare system. Visit bswhealth.com/cscancer for more information.
When an injury keeps you from being active, you want one place that has the expertise to care for all your orthopedic needs. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health is ready to care for you as a whole person. From athletic injuries to arthritis, you'll get personalized care from orthopedic specialists. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a physician, visit BaylorScottandWhite.com.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
KWBC, College Station Bryan. This is your home for the legends of country music. You're listening to Willie 1550.
We are just about 5 minutes away from first pitch here at Graham Field in Plano, Texas, between the Brazos Valley Bombers and the Texas Marshals. The Bombers looking to extend their lead top of the TCL standings. They sit at 7-2 overall after a 6-game win streak. The Marshals at 1-8. They've lost 6 straight. Just comparing the two teams statistically so far, the Bombers hitting .236 from the plate. The Marshals 172. Bombers averaging 5.4 runs per game along with 6.7 hits per game. The Marshals in the bottom of the league in that category at 2.4 runs per game and 5.6 hits. Both teams pretty even in the steal percentage, 69% for the Marshals, 62% for the Bombers. The Bombers have stolen more bases and attempted more. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups and first pitch right here on Willie 1550.
The 14th Annual Curtin Fireworks Show and Fundraiser benefiting the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department is on Tuesday, July 4th at the Curtin Community Center. Gates open at 5 with hamburgers and hot dog plates, kids games, a 5-gun raffle, and more. Admission and parking are free, and carpooling is recommended. Fireworks begin about 30 minutes after dark, and proceeds benefit the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook at District 2 VFD, and we'll see you on July 4th in Curtin.
Whether you have a swimming pool or are looking to build one, trust the Pool Guy. With a large professional staff, the Pool Guy can properly maintain your swimming pool, saving you time and money. The Pool Guy is the only local service center trusted by all pool manufacturers to service their products. Any pool repair, large or small, the Pool Guy's experienced technicians can handle it. For pool supplies, toys, and free water testing, visit the Pool Store. Trust the experience of the Pool Guy to ensure your pool construction and maintenance is done right. Call 575-6200 for the Pool Guy.
You need help if you've been charged with a crime. The justice system is daunting. You need an experienced defense lawyer to obtain the best results for you. Steve Gustitis, attorney at law, has been helping people fight criminal charges for over 20 years. Call Steve Gustitis now to schedule your free consultation. 823-9111. Qualified people are ready to take your call. Let Steve Gustitis put his experience to work for you. 823-9111. Visit GustitisLaw.com today and get the help that you need.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Willie 1550.
And we're back here. It's the end of the Bombers Live pregame show. That one presented by Nutrabolt, but now it's time to play some ball here from Plano. Let's give you the starting lineups first for your Brazos Valley Bombers. Alante Wingate leading off for the 10th time this season here in Game 10 of the season. Thomas Jeffries hitting behind Alante Wingate, playing first base. Dalton Stark, for the first time this year, hitting in the 3-hole instead of the cleanup spot, moving up one in the order. Dallas Stefano now in the cleanup hole after his hot night last night, had a pair of doubles and a solo home run, the first home run by a Bomber this season. Following up Stefano is Kyle O'Keefe at third. Ryan Benavidez in left. Chandler Morris at second for Michael Hellman, who's taking the day off. Then after Morris, you have Brian Benz in the DH spot hitting ninth. Hitting eighth, I should say. And then Ben Bailey behind the plate. The Arkansas Razorback will round things out for the Brazos Valley Bombers. On the mound for the Texas Marshals today is a familiar face for the Bombers, is Chase Morris. Morris has already faced the Bombers twice. He faced them in both games back at Nutrabolt Stadium so far this season. And the Texas Marshals putting Chase on the mound. He has a 5.2 innings pitched so far. He has a 6.35 ERA. He's 0-1 on the season. That one loss coming in 2.2 innings of work in an 11-2 loss against the Victoria Generals back on May 28th. He struck out 3 batters in that time. He's given up 10 hits. And Alante Wingate now stepping up to the plate. Wingate last night got on a pair of times. He had a single and he had a walk in that matchup last night. Alante leading off again. Game number 10 is now underway as this first pitch from Morris is taken on the inside part of the plate. Strike one, and we are underway. Once again, a beautiful day, just minimum clouds in the sky. The wind blowing from left to right as this 0-1 pitch is fouled off back into the screen, now 0-2. The Bombers wearing the same uniform combination they had yesterday, the gold top with the navy shouldering, the gray pants, navy belt, navy socks. Here's the 0-2 pitch, well outside as Jared Huber was set up well outside and wanted it, got it there, but it was called a ball. 1-2 the count to Wingate. This one swung on, hit into right center, back and making the play on the run is Philip Kunsa. Kunsa had a good jump on it. Wingate got a little bit too far underneath it and allowed Kunsa enough time to make the play before it got in the alley. And that is out number one for the Bombers. Let's set up the defensive alignment for the Texas Marshals. Chase Morris on the mound, Jared Huber behind the plate, Eric Bullock at first, Alex Gailey at second, Andre Rouchet at short, and Connor Scruggs at third. I'll tell you the outfield after this pitch to Jeffries. It's taken, strike one, 0-1 now the count to the GATX Player of the Week from last week. Morris working quickly. This one missing outside, now 1-1. The outfield for the Marshals, Ian Landry in left, JT Van Gelder in center, and then Philip Kunsa in right. Josh Aguilar in the DH position for the second night in a row. 0-1, or the 1-1 pitch is taken for a strike. It's now 1-2 to Thomas Jeffries. Jeffries wearing the navy socks up high. Got the black batting gloves on. Sported no batting gloves yesterday. He has Oakley sunglasses on underneath his helmet. Takes this one for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Here's the pitch from Morris. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat, fouled into the netting in front of the third base dugout, and that'll keep the count at 2-2. Rawlings baseball pants for Jeffries. He's got the Adidas cleats, all black on the feet. The batting glove and sleeve on the right arm. This one fouled back into the screen. That's going to keep it at 2-2 as well. Jeffries, at one point this season, reached in his first 12 of 16 at-bats. An unbelievable mark from the plate. Here's the 2-2 again. Fouled off one more time by Jeffries. This one over the screen and near the entrance gate here at Graham Field. And that'll keep it at 2-2 as Jeffries continues to battle against Morris. Dalton Stark on deck, hitting in the 3-hole for the first time today. Here's Morris in the 2-2. Fouled off again, almost the same direction as the last foul ball was hit, as Jeffries continues to battle, and we're going to have to get a whole new batch of foul balls, or I guess game balls, I should say, because of the foul balls. The count's been at 2-2 for the past 4 pitches. Here's pitch number 9 in the at-bat. Jeffries hits it hard into right field, but Kunsa, who was already playing back toward the warning track, only had to backtrack a little bit more and make the play. So there's out number 2. 2 straight flyouts for the Bombers, both going to Philip Kunsa in right field. Dalton Stark now to the plate. Stark last night ended up with a pair of doubles, a pair of walks. He hit us for a single, and he had an RBI as well. Reached a total of 5 times. One of a handful of Bombers hitters who had an absolutely incredible night. The other one, Dallas Stefano, on deck. First pitch taken for a strike. Here's the 0-1. This one also taken for a strike as it's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Taking this one outside and watched on to make it 1-2. Morris has done a good job thus far of getting ahead in the count. Stark having to foul this one off. Good pitch again from Morris. Stark wouldn't have been able to do a whole lot with it regardless, even if he did make any kind of contact more than a foul ball. Count still 1-2. The kick and the liver from Morris, and this one skied high in the air, still in the infield. The catcher, Huber, has to lose his mask, but he's going to catch it about 4 feet in front of home plate, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. No hits, no runners, nobody left on for the Bombers as they are set down in order here in the top of the first inning. Dayton Lane set to take the mound for Coach Trey Porras. When we come back, you're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Those facing cancer no longer have to journey far from home to receive the comprehensive care and support they need. Introducing the new Baylor Scott & White Cancer Center College Station, now featuring the full range of treatment options, support resources, and experienced team patients need for complete cancer care, all in one place. Backed by Texas's largest not-for-profit healthcare system. Visit bswhealth.com/cscancer for more information.
Willie 1550.
The Bombers go quietly in the first inning after 3 straight flyouts start popping out to the catcher Jared Huber to end the first inning. And now it's Dayton Lane's turn to try and replicate the success that the Bombers pitching has had over the past couple of games. 18 straight scoreless innings put on overall by the Bombers pitching staff, 24 by the bullpen. But, of course, Dayton Lane making his first start as a Bomber. He's been working out of the bullpen so far this season. This is actually Dayton's first start since his high school days, whenever he played for A&M Consolidated, of course, the College Station native. Here's the first pitch from Lane and a called strike to J.T. Van Gelder to get things started. Lane in his third appearance has yet to give up a run in 5 innings of work. So 0.00 ERA. He's struck out 5. This one missing outside, 1-1. Lane working out of the windup with the high stirrups, retro style. This one swung on and missed. That's going to make it 1-2. Talked about the Bombers uniforms, the gold tops with the navy hats. The navy hats with the cursive B and the B-29 Bomber gracing the front of it in gold, trimmed in gold all the way around. This one swung on, hit into the alleyway. That's going to drop right over the head of Chandler Morris. A looping single from J.T. Van Gelder kind of got jammed in on the hands and got it to find a hole. And there's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Marshals as they have their leadoff man on now for Josh Aguilar. Aguilar had a nice night last night. Ended up hitting a double into the right center gap. It was a close play at second, but the throw went a little bit wild and allowed Aguilar to get in safely. Now he's got a runner on first after the leadoff single here from Van Gelder. First one outside. That's going to make it 1-0. The Marshall side of things in terms of uniforms, the gold tops with the white bottoms, black piping on the side of the pants, black belt, black socks. As this 1-0 pitch is a called strike to Aguilar. Black hats with the gold front and a black M on it. And then the black numbers on the back of the gold jerseys. Front of the jerseys say Marshalls in black. Of course, a cowboy font, as this one outside, ball 2-1. Aguilar, a stocky fella from the University of Louisiana Lafayette, listed as a catcher. He's playing in the DH position here. Here's a runner going. The throw up the middle from Bailey is on the money, but not in time as Van Gelder steals second base. Bailey put it on a hop right to Alante Wingate, but a good jump from Van Gelder ends up in a stolen base pretty easily. And now a runner in scoring position for Josh Aguilar with nobody out. That ball also missing low. And I believe it's 3-1. Might be 2-2. Lane looking back at Van Gelder, stepping off the mound. Now in the stretch as Lane keeps his glove tucked underneath the belt line. Glares forward. You can clearly read the Bombers in script across the front of the chest. Looks back to second and then delivers a swing and a miss. That's going to make it 3-2. I was right on the count. Can't second guess yourself. Aguilar listed at 5'10", 230, the left-handed batter. He actually throws right, and the freshman Ragin' Cajun from Louisiana Lafayette. Here's the pitch from Lane. Low, close call there. Bailey thought he may have gotten the call from the home plate umpire, and instead Aguilar is going to trot his way down the first with a walk. Runners now on first and second. That's going to bring up Ian Landry, as Landry now making his way to the plate for the first time. Van Gelder led off last night. That's the same tonight. And Landry in the 3-hole the same. Aguilar went from the 6-hole up to the 2-hole in only one night. Landry's going to square to bunt. Lays one down on the third baseline. A spin and a throw from Lane and an out at third. O'Keefe had a foot on the bag. Still tried to turn and get the tag down. He did. Looked like maybe O'Keefe's right foot had to come off the bag. Lane bouncing quickly off of the mound, trying to get the lead runner, as Landry put it more straightforward than he intended to. Wanted to try and land that one down the lines. Couldn't do so. And Lane coming off the mound, barehanded in a spin motion to third. O'Keefe had to make the tag. He did, and there's out number one as the lead runner is set down. The first pitch now to Eric Bullock is called a ball. Bullock hitting in the cleanup spot, has not made an appearance against the Bombers yet this season. As Lane glares in. Runner still at first and second, one out now. Here's the pitch. This one popped high in the air. Stefano giving chase, but it's going to slice out of play, and that'll make it 1-1. Lane with a herky-jerky type of motion. Comes set, and he's quick to the plate. Has a lot of movement in the upper body before coming home. Gets the job done. And the pitch, 1-1 outside, 2-1 now the count. So after the fielder's choice, runners at first and second, Aguilar at second in scoring position, not nearly as quick as Van Gelder was. Here's the 2-1, missing low, 3-1 now the count to Bullock. And Ben Bailey's going to have to go out and talk with his young Hutchinson Junior College product. Shadows trying to creep their way onto the field. Of course, the football stadium glares over us to the right, and the sun sets behind those grandstands. Sees the infield covered in shadows before the sun really even gets close to going down. Those shadows will creep up fast. 3-1 here from Lane. This one put right down the middle. It swung on and fouled off by Bullock. Now we got the count full at 3-2. One out here in the bottom of the first. Still no score between the Marshals and Bombers. Lane glares in at Bailey and shakes off a couple signs before stepping off the mound. Rubs the sweat off the brow with his left wrist before coming set again. Still working out of the stretch, and now this time it's Eric Bullock's turn to step off and out of the batter's box. Both players uncomfortable in the timing here. Lane comes set right in the waistline. The 3-2 pitch is outside, and the payoff pitch misses. The bases are now juiced for Eric Bullock. It's a second walk issued here by Dayton Lane. One earlier to Josh Aguilar, who now stands at third. The other one just now to Eric Bullock. And then Ian Landry reached by the way of the fielder's choice earlier. Lane, who is the sole possessor, I should say, of an out so far, had the put out by getting the lead runner off of that potential sac bunt from Landry. It's going to bring up Connor Scruggs, the right-handed hitting third baseman, as the first pitch is low in the turf, corralled by Bailey. The runners are going to stay where they are. And it's 1-0. Nice crowd on hand tonight for some Tuesday night action. It's a beautiful day. Some great baseball being played, so why not come out? This one chopped right back up the middle. This could be a double play. The throw to first from Lane is not in time. Lane had to toss it to Bailey at the plate. Got the out at home. Bailey turned. It was a slow turn and almost had a bang-bang play to try and get Scruggs at first. Jeffries stretched out as far as he could, had to stay on the inside part of the bag, and the right-handed first baseman didn't really have any kind of added length to try and get that second out, or the third out, I should say. But the second out has been made as all the runners advance, and the force out is made at home. 2 outs in the inning. All of this happening with just 1 out. And now with 2 outs in the inning, Lane has a chance to get out of the jam. First pitch from Philip Kunsa swung on and missed. So 0-1 that count. Kunsa last night had a big offer. The second pitch and a long swing from Kunsa is also swung on and missed. Now 0-2 in the count. Bases still loaded. Ian Landry is at third. Eric Bullock at second. Connor Scruggs at first. Philip Kunsa at the plate. Kunsa is a power hitter. This one high in the zone, and it makes it 1-2. See if we can't get any stats here for Kunsa. As Lane glares in. 1 home run on the season thus far. He has 7 RBIs. Another opportunity here as this fastball is spiked in the turf. That'll make it 2-2. Not a bad idea here from Lane, trying to get anything outside of the zone for Kunsa to chase. Kunsa has been struggling as of late. Hit in the middle of the lineup yesterday. Hit at the 4-hole to be exact. Now down in the 6-hole. 2-2. Swung on, missed. It's going to get past Bailey, though. The throw is to Lane. Lane was not covering first, or home, I should say. And the dropped third strike, Lane thought it was a foul ball. So he didn't cover home plate. And instead, a runner's going to cross off of the bases loaded drop third strike. It was a breaking pitch in the dirt. Bailey couldn't handle it, and the run's going to come across the score. Just an unfortunate break there. Good pitch from Lane. That's what happens when the bases are loaded. Things can happen in crazy ways. First pitch missing to Alex Gailey. Gailey re-entering the game after not playing last night. And the second pitch is in there for strike one, 1-1. We've seen a lot of crazy things this season from some of the Bombers games, and that one was about as crazy as it'll get. Third pitch to Gailey, fouled off on the right side, out of play near the grandstands, and that'll make it 1-2. Already, since I last mentioned the shadows almost completely covering the infield now. Lane doesn't like what he saw and steps out for the mound. Quickly steps back on and glares back in for the sign. Bases loaded here with 2 outs, and now Gailey's going to call time and step out. The wind has come to a crawl. We talked about it earlier. It was pretty strong to start off tonight, and now it's died down. Here's the 1-2 finally, and it's going to be check swing, but fouled off into the screen down the first baseline as Troy Anderson, who has the night off, will make an appearance and grab the foul ball. Anderson, who's caught the last 2 games for Coach Porras and the Bombers. One and 2 count to Gailey. Breaking pitch outside, taken for a ball. It's now 2-2, count even. Cars passing on the road beyond the left field fence. Bases still loaded. Some of those cars slow down to see some of the action. Here's the 2-2 and a changeup swung on and missed. Big strikeout there from Alex Gailey as Dayton Lane got him to strike out swinging, but not before the Marshals leave the bases loaded and scratch across a run off of a pass ball on a drop third strike. And they lead it 1-0 as we head to the second here from Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
The 14th annual Curtain Fireworks Show and Fundraiser benefiting the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department is on Tuesday, July 4th at the Curtin Community Center. Gates open at 5 with hamburgers and hot dog plates, kids games, a 5-gun raffle, and more. Admission and parking are free and carpooling is recommended. Fireworks begin about 30 minutes after dark and proceeds benefit the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook at District 2 VFD, and we'll see you on July 4th in Curtin.
You need help if you've been charged with a crime. The justice system is daunting. You need an experienced defense lawyer to obtain the best results for you. Steve Gustitis, attorney at law, has been helping people fight criminal charges for over 20 years. Call Steve Gustitis now to schedule your free consultation. 823-9111. Qualified people are ready to take your call. Let Steve Gustitis put his experience to work for you. 823-9111. Visit GustitisLaw.com today and get the help that you need.
Willie 1550.
So the Bombers trail 1-0 against the Texas Marshals as we head to the second inning. 4-5-6 due up in the order. Stefano, O'Keefe, and Benavidez will lead things off for the Brazos Valley Bombers. And a quick explanation for those who don't necessarily know the game of baseball very well. There was a reason why Dayton Lane didn't cover home plate, and it's because in the game of baseball, rule-wise, if there are less than 2 outs and there is a runner occupying first base and there's a drop third strike, the batter is automatically out. He cannot run to first base, but that's only if it's less than 2 outs. The bases were loaded, but there were 2 outs, and that is why the drop third strike still counts as a drop third strike. The runner can advance, and all the runners at that point could also advance. Thus, the reason why the Marshals were allowed that 1-0 advantage that they have now off of the drop third strike from Dayton Lane. Lane, I'm not going to read his mind, but I'm trying to at the same time. So first pitch to Stefano is outside. Lane potentially thought that the drop third strike was not going to count as a drop third strike and instead count as a straight strikeout. Here's a big swing and a miss from Stefano. And that's going to even the count at 1-1. And that's exactly the reason why the runners continued and Lane didn't think to cover home plate. If he would have covered home, it would have been a close play and a bang-bang opportunity to try and get that third out by the way of a pass ball and then a 2-1 throw from foul ground. This one misses from Stefano from Morris. 2-1 now the count. Stefano off his big night had a home run and a pair of doubles and a big hunking swing there. He misses it, and it's now a 2-2. Stefano has worked his way all the way from the 9-hole back up to the 4-hole, hitting cleanup today. The only player not named Dalton Stark to hit in that spot this season. 2-2 pitch misses outside on the fastball by about a half a foot, and that'll make it a full count, 3-2. Morris was able to get through the top 3 in the lineup relatively easily, and this one's going to be chopped to first. It's going to stay fair, grounded or fielded quickly by Eric Bullock, and there's out number 1. Stefano just trying to hang in the count. I think he may have tried to just foul that pitch off, but instead got a little bit too much of it and kept it in fair ground, and it was an easy play for Bullock, who was waiting for it at first. Here's Morris against Kyle O'Keefe. O'Keefe takes high for ball 1. O'Keefe yesterday had an RBI, a single, and he struck out a couple times. Had a nice night from third base in terms of fielding yesterday. Got a couple hot shots over there and was able to field it nicely. Takes this one for ball 2. O'Keefe, another D1 bat who is entered in this week, and he's going to hit this one right back up the middle. Morris had to get out of the way, and that's going to trickle in the center field, and the Bombers have their first base runner of the afternoon. So a one-out single from O'Keefe gets a little something started. Just to remind you, yesterday the Bombers had an 8-run top of the second inning where we are now. That also was led off by Dallas Stefano, but instead of a solo home run like Stefano had yesterday to lead off the inning, it started this inning with a unassisted put out by the first baseman. One out, and that'll bring Ryan Benavidez to the plate with Kyle O'Keefe at first. O'Keefe is athletic enough to run, played shortstop in high school, moved over to third base once he went to play at the University of Memphis. Ryan Benavidez, the commit to the University of Arkansas Little Rock. Now in the plate, hitting from the left side, wearing Nike black and white batting gloves, the two-tone black on the top and the barrel, and then tan on the bottom. Takes this one outside, 2-0. Now to Benavidez. Has an orange wristband on his left arm, or left wrist, I should say. Actually, it's red. A red wristband. Morris comes set in the stretch, checks first, and he's going to deliver. This one rocketed down the line in first, but it's going to go foul. Benavidez got a hold of it, barreled up one, and sent it straight toward the pitching coach in the first base dugout, and Brock Ward. Ward didn't even flinch. Man of steel over in first. Neither did the first base umpire or Eric Bullock, for that matter. Two and one now to Benavidez. O'Keefe at first. Takes this one inside, but it's in the zone, says the home plate umpire, and it's 2-2. Marshall's able to scratch across a run in the bottom of the first inning off of that pass ball, and the base is loaded. Here's a pickoff move. O'Keefe has the dive back, but he's there in time. No tag from Eric Bullock. And with that run being scored, that ends the 18-inning scoreless streak overall by the Bombers pitching staff. This one's going to be fouled off, and it's going to slice into the netting. And a nice play by Coach Porras. Doesn't even let it touch the ground off the screen. That's going to make it 2-2. An impressive streak nonetheless. In that streak included Cole Pletka's perfect game, and then a couple scoreless innings from the Bombers' bullpen, and then also the shutout yesterday combined with Clayton Hill and Ross Bluta. This one low, 3-2 now the count. Morris taking his time, comes set with a tan glove up near his right ear. Here's the pitch, fouled off. A nice pitch from Morris, low in the zone, right down the middle, and Benavidez just had to do something to put some wood on it, and he does. Keeps himself in the at-bat. Wind picking back up a little bit, going from left foul pole to right foul pole. See if that plays a difference in terms of the lefty hitters here. As O'Keefe is going, Benavidez is swinging the ball, hit to first. Eric Bullock boots it initially, gets it back, steps on first for out number 2, but because of the stealing opportunity, there was no chance for a throw at second, and Kyle O'Keefe now moves in the scoring position. So another 3 unassisted put out for the Texas Marshals, and O'Keefe now standing at second base, and that's going to bring up Chandler Morris. Morris had the day off yesterday. Last time he was in the lineup, he was playing at shortstop. Morris has played the majority of the season at third base and then moved over to second base in the first game of the doubleheader on Sunday against the Twins. Moved from there to shortstop as Alante Wingate had a game in the DH spot. And now Morris back at second base to give Michael Hellman his first rest of the season. First pitch misses 1-0. Here's the second one from Morris. That one missing outside, not missing by much, though. This is going to be 2-0. Runner at second, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 the score. Marshals lead it. Here's the pitch from Morris. Low. No call. It's 3-0 to Morris. Morris on Morris. I don't know. I can't believe it took me that long to notice that. Actually, it's C. Morris on C. Morris, Chase, and Chandler. If we want to keep getting specific with it. And Chandler Morris is going to win the battle of the Morrises. But Kyle O'Keefe slipping around third base gets the stop sign from Trey Porras. Had the green light initially. Porras checked his decision as Ian Landry came up firing and threw a dart to Jared Huber behind the plate. So a good thing that he did hold up O'Keefe. O'Keefe had to put on the brakes, and because of the rubber cleats on the artificial turf, O'Keefe went straight to the carpet and had to get up and almost crawl his way back to third. But a 2-out single from Chandler Morris is going to bring up Brian Benz with runners on the corners now for the Bombers, and the tying run just 90 feet away. First pitch to Benz on the outside corner, strike one. It's the second single of the inning for Morris. Chandler Morris, I should say, not Chase. Chase on the mound. Brian Benz at the plate, and an early steal. Morris is going to get caught in the pickle. He's going to go all the way back to second. A first to third play put on by the Bombers as Morris was almost used as a sacrifice there, trying to scratch across a run and tie this one up at 1. Morris went halfway, stopped, and a beautifully executed first to third play there from Morris, and then Alex Gailey, as Gailey just stood there and watched Morris back to first without Kyle O'Keefe having to break for the plate. This one in the dirt and outside. It's going to be 1-1 to Benz. You see it a lot of times where runner will go, get caught halfway. The throw in terms of pickoff move will be from Morris. He'll step off and then turn and throw to the second baseman. The second baseman will get caught up in the runner that's going from first to second. The runner from third will break for home. The throw won't be in time, and both runners will be safe. And there's a runner in scoring position and a run across. That time, that was avoided by the Marshals. Pickoff move to first. Morris is back. No tag again from Eric Bullock. A modest lead from Chandler at first. A bigger lead from O'Keefe at third. Here's the 1-1 outside and low. 2-1 now the count. Still 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 1-0 the Bombers trail against the Texas Marshals. Runners on the corners. The middle infielders playing toward the line. Bullock holding Chandler Morris on at first. Morris is going. The throw from Huber down the second is in time. No tag. The runner from third breaks, and he gets underneath the tag from Huber. The throw was high coming from Gailey, and O'Keefe was able to sneak a hand in between the legs of Jared Huber just before the tag was set on him, and it's a 1-1 ball game. An unbelievable slide from O'Keefe, who broke immediately once the throw was released from Jared Huber behind home plate. There was no tag, no play at second. Morris had a great jump. Gailey covering second, threw it without a tag, and then the close play at home. And if O'Keefe wouldn't have gotten the hand underneath, he would have been out by about a half a step, but he slid the hand in between the legs of Huber. Had a great view from my angle and caught every bit of it. 3-2 now the count to Brian Benz, runner at second, as the Bombers do indeed scratch across the tying run. Called strike 3, that one on the outside part of the plate. And that's going to be out number 3, but the Bombers tie it up off of a first to third stealing play. And it's now 1-1. You're listening to Bombers baseball. here on Willie 1550.
Whether you have a swimming pool or are looking to build one, trust the Pool Guy. With a large professional staff, the Pool Guy can properly maintain your swimming pool, saving you time and money. The Pool Guy is the only local service center trusted by all pool manufacturers to service their products. Any pool repair, large or small, the Pool Guy's experienced technicians can handle it. For pool supplies, toys, and free water testing, visit the Pool Store. Trust the experience of the Pool Guy to ensure your pool construction and maintenance is done right. Call 575-6200 for the Pool Guy.
When an injury keeps you from being active, you want one place that has the expertise to care for all your orthopedic needs. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health is ready to care for you as a whole person. From athletic injuries to arthritis, you'll get personalized care from orthopedic specialists. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a physician, visit BaylorScottandWhite.com.
Willie 1550.
So now Dayton Lane does not have to work with a deficit as the Bombers tie it up in the top of the second inning, coming back and scoring off of a Chandler Morris and a Kyle O'Keefe. First and third play, O'Keefe's slide is the one that saved the whole thing. Just a great execute and a great conversion there from the Brazos Valley Bombers. And now Dayton Lane comes back on the mound with a tie ball game 1-1. And that's going to bring up, as the first pitch is inside from Lane, Jared Huber, the catcher, hitting in the right-handed batter's box. 8-9-1 due up as the first 7 hitters got a chance at the plate in the first inning for the Marshals. This one swung on and missed, 1-1 now to Huber. Of course, the Marshals ending the 18-inning scoreless streak from the Bombers pitching staff earlier with that 1 run in the first inning. And the Bombers answered in their half. This one inside. Watch out as Huber had the duck out of the way. 1-2. Or actually 2-1, I should say. Here's the 2-1, fouled off of the end of the bat. And Huber taps his helmet as to say, why did you swing at that breaking pitch? Well, I don't know, Huber. I don't know. 2-2 now the count as Lane has the glove in front of his chest and out of the windup, works from the left side of the rubber. And he's going to fit that one right in the strike zone. Strike 3 looking for out number 1 here in the second as Huber watching the entire way. That one hitting right down the middle. Andre Ruche now up at the plate. I have to apologize to Andre. I've been mispronouncing his name all year long. Good thing we're still early in the season. Only matchup number 4 between these two sides as this first pitch is fouled off, and Coach Trey Porras waiting and making a barehanded play. Give credit where credit is due. That was a nice play by Coach Trey Porras. 0-1 the count after Lane was able to get ahead on the foul ball. The second pitch swung on as well. This one sliced foul over the first base dugout. That'll make it 0-2. 1 out after the called strike 3 looking for Jared Huber. Dayton Lane now up in the count 0-2 as well. This one chopped down the third baseline. It's going to roll foul, and O'Keefe was ready for it, but no play as it was out of play. Count stays at 0-2. It's a 1-1 ball game here in Plano. Bombers won last night's game 11-0. They had an 8-run top of the second inning. As this one misses outside, that's the first ball of the at-bat, 1-2. Lane once again working from the left side of the rubber, has his tan glove out in front of the chest. Here's the 1-2, missing low. Bailey keeps it in front of him, but it's going to stay at 2-2. Lane comes set, glares in. This one hit high in the air, and it's going to be foul on the first base side again. Beautiful ballpark again. We've talked about it already here at Prestonwood Christian Academy, an all AstroTurf field. It's got Lions in blue lettering behind home plate. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. There's a second strikeout as it was in the dirt, but Ben Bailey keeps it in front of him and gets the tag on Andre Ruche. There's out number 2 after 2 straight strikeouts from Ben Bailey, or from Dayton Lane, I should say. Ben Bailey did a good job calling him, but he didn't throw the strikeout. Dayton Lane now with 2 in a row. So first pitch to JT Van Gelder. There's a strike to get ahead 0-1. Different shades of green in the outfield and the infield, striped like a real, I guess, natural grass look for this artificial turf. You have the dark brown in the infield and on the mound, and then as some sort of warning track all the way around the fencing. Scoreboards in right field directly in front of the racetrack that's on the other side of the road in right field. This one chopped to second. That one should be out number 3. Morris comes forward, fields it on the left side of his body, shifts to the right, and throws to first as Jeffrey receives it for out number 3. Nothing going in the second inning for the Texas Marshals. 3 up, 3 down after 2 strikeouts from Dayton Lane. It's 1-1, and we're heading to the third inning here from Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Those facing cancer no longer have to journey far from home to receive the comprehensive care and support they need. Introducing the new Baylor Scott & White Cancer Center College Station, now featuring the full range of treatment options, support resources, and experienced team patients need for complete cancer care, all in one place. Backed by Texas's largest not-for-profit healthcare system. Visit bswhealth.com/cscancer for more information.
The 14th Annual Curtain Fireworks Show and Fundraiser benefiting the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department is on Tuesday, July 4th at the Curtin Community Center. Gates open at 5 with hamburgers and hot dog plates, kids games, a 5-gun raffle, and more. Admission and parking are free, and carpooling is recommended. Fireworks begin about 30 minutes after dark, and proceeds benefit the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook at District 2 VFD, and we'll see you on July 4th in Curtin.
Willie 1550.
Ben Bailey set to lead things off here for the Brazos Valley Bombers as it's 9-1-2 as Wingate on deck and then Thomas Jeffries in the hole. Those are the 3 due up for the Bombers. It's a 1-1 ball game. 1 run on 2 hits for Brazos Valley and then 1 run on 1 hit. But the difference is 3 left on for the Texas Marshals as they left the bases loaded in the first inning. This first one swung on from Bailey. It's going to be a base hit right up the middle to get things started here in the third inning. Didn't even really get through my intro before Bailey swung at the first pitch and sent it right back up the middle for his first single of the afternoon and his first at-bat. And that's the second inning in a row where a single has gotten something started here for the Bombers. O'Keefe singled with 1 out in the second inning, and now a chance for the top of the order to do something with a runner on base. Bailey stealing on the first pitch. Huber didn't notice it at first. The throw is going to go all the way into center field. Bailey's going to have to stay at second, though. A heads-up play by J.T. Van Gelder to come forward and allow that, or not allow that ball to trickle any further into center. And there's a stolen base. Huber had no idea that they're going to say that it was actually catcher's interference, and Ben Bailey's on his way back to first. Trey Porras didn't waste any time going out to the home plate umpire as he's still having a conversation. I don't know if there was any interference on that at all. Huber just didn't look like he knew that the first base runner in Bailey was running yet. Porras very calmly is going to walk back to the third base coaching box, and looks like the Marshals are going to get away from one as Alante Wingate now called out on catcher's interference. Actually, it would be batter's interference, not catcher's interference. There's a strike. The first pitch to Jeffries, still trying to figure out what had just happened. Here's the 0-1, missing outside. That'll make it 1-1. Bailey had to go back to first. They called Wingate out on batter's interference. It was the first pitch of Wingate's at bat. 1-1 to Jeffries outside, 2-1 now. One to one, the score here from Plano at Graham Field. Between the Marshals and the Bombers as this one's taken low. 3-1 now the count as Jeffries finds himself ahead yet again. After today, the Bombers will head back to the College Station area for the night before heading to Victoria tomorrow morning. Here's the 3-1 from Jeffries, hit high in the air, and Van Gelder has to make an acrobatic type play in center. The throw to try and get Bailey back to first is not in time. Bailey in as he's able to tag up. That one almost got over the top of Van Gelder as it just kept on carrying. Jeffries definitely got underneath it, but it just continued to make its way toward the 390 sign out in center. And Van Gelder with a miraculous play to keep with the runners where they are and for out number 2 as well. It's going to bring up Dalton Stark, who looked to bunt with 2 outs here. Stark does have some wheels. He's reached on infield singles before. I don't recall a bunt single anytime recently. Here's the 1-0, called strike. It's going to even up the count here. Bombers face off with the Victoria Generals tomorrow at 7:05. The first meeting between the two longtime rivals as the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. Stark now down in the count. After this one, the Texas Marshals will have a couple days off before heading to the Bayou and taking on Acadiana. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one close, but no cigar for for Morris, I should say. Morris for the Marshals. So it's going to be outside 2-2. Stark getting another chance here at the plate. Stefano on deck if Stark should reach. And Bailey's going to go on the 2-2 pitch. This one popped high in the air. Landry has it. He's playable near the warning track, but it is caught for out number 3. So once again, nothing going after the leadoff single from Ben Bailey. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Bombers here in the 3rd inning. It's 1-1. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
You need help if you've been charged with a crime. The justice system is daunting. You need an experienced defense lawyer to obtain the best results for you. Steve Gustitis, attorney at law, has been helping people fight criminal charges for over 20 years. Call Steve Gustitis now to schedule your free consultation. 823-9111. Qualified people are ready to take your call. Let Steve Gustitis put his experience to work for you. 823-9111. Visit GustitisLaw.com today and get the help that you need.
KWBC, College Station Bryan. You're listening to Willie 1550.
1-1 the score here from Plano as the Bombers and the Marshals are tied up after 2.5 innings of work, as it's going to bring up Josh Aguilar to lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Josh, last time up, reached by the way of a walk. Through 2 innings of work, Dayton Lane pitching quite well. 1 run given up on 1 hit. And he has walked 2. He struck out 3 during that time period. Here's the first pitch to Aguilar, and it's going to be a called strike on the breaking pitch. 0-1. One other game going on tonight. The Bombers' next opponent, I should say, in the Victoria Generals playing the Texarkana Twins. The Generals won last night by a score of 5-1. Try and get you a score update pretty soon here. It's actually 1-0 in favor of Victoria. That one also in the third inning. This one missing outside, 1-1 to Aguilar. The Navy fencing out in the outfield. Is this one inside? But it's a called strike, 1-2. The yellow lettering sports jersey font saying Prestonwood Lions out in far left field. 310 to the poles, 390 to center. This one well outside in the opposite batter's box. Aguilar hitting from the left side. Took that one in the right-handed batter's box. It's now 2-2. Here's the pitch from Lane. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. There's the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Dayton Lane. As all of a sudden, he's started to calm down and get a rhythm here. College Station native making his first start for the Bombers. He's been out of relief a couple times, made 3 appearances in 5 innings of work. Had yet to give up a run before that first inning. It is 1-0. Still pitched well so far. Here's the first pitch to Ian Landry. That one missing low, 1-0. Prestonwood Christian Academy, the church right across the street. The school off into our left. Here's a swing and a miss from Landry, 1-1. Football stadium back into our right. Flags out in center field, straddling the hitter's eye that towers above the center field wall. There's a called strike, 1-1. Or 1-2 now they count, I should say. Granfield, the home of the Prestonwood Christian Academy Lions. This one hit hard into the gap on the left side. Wingate goes all the way to the knees. The throw to first is offline. Jeffries had to get off the bag in order to stop that one. A nice athletic play by Wingate just to get into the hole and get a glove on it, flashing the leather. Tried to flash the arm there too, but couldn't get it accurately and in time. And that'll be a base hit from Ian Landry as he's reached for the second time. Landry scored a run the last time he was on base back in the first. Eric Bullock now up. He walked his first time up, got all the way around the third base before being stranded by the Alex Gailey strikeout to end that top of the first. Breaking pitch to start off Bullock, taken high, ball 1. The outfield wall littered in advertisements all the way around. The dugouts here, major league quality. About 10 yards deep almost from front to back, as this one's going to be a called strike, 1-1. Sunken into the ground. The players congregated toward the top part of the steps, as you would expect them to be. The grandstands here with Navy seating throughout. Decent crowd on hand. The 1-1 pitch fouled off again. 1-2 now to Bullock. Grandstands reach all the way around the home plate side of things. Go a couple feet down the first base line before coming to a halt. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Lane outside. Corralled by Bailey. The runner's going to stay at first. It's 2-2. Bailey, despite the one pass ball on the drop third strike, has been a wall back behind the plate and played extremely well thus far. Sporting the red catcher's gear. Obviously, sporting the fact that he's an Arkansas Razorback. Woo Pig Suey. This one's going to get hit off the bat into right field. Stefano going back. He's going to reach up and make the play on the run. The throw in the second gets away from Chandler Morris, but Alante Wingate's there to back it up, and there's out number 2. Bullock gave it a ride, but Stefano was there. And that's going to bring up Connor Scruggs. 2 outs here. Aguilar struck out to begin the inning. Landry then reached on the shallow single to left field, where Wingate almost was able to make a Sports Center type play. May have had a chance if the throw was on line. Here's the first pitch, and it's called strike to Scruggs. Scruggs last time reached on a fielder's choice. Squared around the bunt, and actually that wasn't him. That was Landry who squared around the bunt. This one's going to be hit into left field. Coming on and making the grab near the waistline is Ryan Benavidez, and there's out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Texas Marshals. We're still all knotted up at 1 as we head to the 4th here from Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
The 14th annual Curtain Fireworks Show and Fundraiser benefiting the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department is on Tuesday, July 4th at the Curtin Community Center. Gates open at 5 with hamburgers and hot dog plates, kids games, a 5-gun raffle, and more. Admission and parking are free, and carpooling is recommended. Fireworks begin about 30 minutes after dark, and proceeds benefit the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook at District 2 VFD, and we'll see you on July 4th in Curtin.
You need help if you've been charged with a crime. The justice system is daunting. You need an experienced defense lawyer to obtain the best results for you. Steve Gustitis, attorney at law, has been helping people fight criminal charges for over 20 years. Call Steve Gustitis now to schedule your free consultation. 823-9111. Qualified people are ready to take your call. Let Steve Gustitis put his experience to work for you. 823-9111. Visit GustitisLaw.com today and get the help that you need.
Willie 1550.
No surprise here as Chase Morris retakes his claim up at the top of the hill for the Texas Marshals. So far, he's gotten through 3 innings of work against the Bombers, giving up 1 run on 3 hits. The Bombers have left 2 runners stranded on, 1 in each of the past 2 half innings. Dallas Stefano to lead things off. Yesterday, he was our neutral player of the game. He had a home run, the first of the Bombers this season, and then had a pair of doubles as well. Hit the ball hard every time that he was at the plate. Then his first appearance tonight, he grounded out to first base. Here's the first pitch from Morris, high at the letters and outside, and it's going to be ball 1. Stefano, during his interview yesterday, acknowledged the fact that he struggled earlier in the season, just had to get back to playing the game, having fun at the plate. Looked like he was trying to force some things, felt like it too, is what he said in the interview. And really just wanted to start having fun again, and had to ask him the question, are you having fun with the Bombers? And, of course, the answer was yes. Takes this one outside. It's now 1-2, or 2-1, I should say. 2 balls, 1 strike on Stefano. Here's the pitch and the windup from Morris, and another big swing. Stefano looked to give a souvenir to the racetrack employees in right field on that swing. The moon is out here tonight in Plano. Here's the 2-2 pitch and a swung on and miss. Strikeout there from Stefano. Stefano now 0 for 2 from the 4-hole this afternoon. That's going to bring up Kyle O'Keefe. Full moon, or almost a full moon, overhead of left center right now. No clouds in sight. Just a beautiful afternoon. The breeze blowing from left to right in the field. First pitch to O'Keefe is a called strike on the fastball, hitting the outside part of the plate, painting the black, as Morris has been successful with that today. Here's the 0-1, almost the same exact spot is another called strike, 0-2. Traffic hustling and bustling behind center field. Morris quick pitching, still pounding the outside, and it's going to be 1-2 as this one misses, but not by much. Morris comes set with the glove in front of the face. He delivers O'Keefe barely able to get a piece of wood on that one. That'll keep it at 1-2. Ryan Benavidez on deck. And if he should reach, Chandler Morris in the hole. Morris singled his last time up. Benavidez grounded out to first. This one low and gets past the catcher, Jared Huber. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. 2-2 now the count to the Memphis Tiger and Kyle O'Keefe. Fans still showing up here at Graham Field. A late arriving crowd, but they're here. As this one's fouled back into the screen. A little frustration from O'Keefe. Thought maybe that would have been ball 3. Instead, it's still 2-2. O'Keefe and Morris in a battle here. Here's the pitch. This one hit hard, high in the air in the right center. That one's going to get over the head and over the wall. Kyle O'Keefe goes opposite field into right center. Tell that one goodbye as O'Keefe gives the Bombers a 2-1 lead. Just a pure show of strength there from Kyle O'Keefe. Got underneath it, and the wind may have picked it up and helped that one a little bit because it looked like from off the bat he got underneath it a little bit too much as he's greeted with a happy Bombers bench over, and also his happy Bombers starter Dayton Lane giving him props. As the first pitch to Benavidez is a ball inside. 2-1 now the score. O'Keefe with the solo shot. The third home run of the season for the Bombers. All three have been solos as Benavidez sends this one the first. Bullock is there for the ground ball, and he'll step on first for out number 2. Great at bat from O'Keefe. Even though he did get underneath it, of course, it did go over the fence in right center, and throughout it all, O'Keefe was down in the count the entire time, went down 0-2, battled back, got it to 2-2, hit a couple foul balls, was frustrated at himself, and then unleashed on one to right center. Here's the first pitch to Chandler Morris as this one's outside, 1-0. Gotta love the Morris on Morris battle. This one's hit high in the air to center. Van Gelder thought he was underneath it. Instead has to readjust and go almost back to the warning track as Morris gave that one a ride, but it was playable. And Van Gelder makes the catch for out number 3, but not before Kyle O'Keefe goes yard and makes it a 2-1 game off of the solo shot, hitting it into right center field. It's 2-1 Bombers. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Whether you have a swimming pool or are looking to build one, trust the Pool Guy. With a large professional staff, the Pool Guy can properly maintain your swimming pool, saving you time and money. The Pool Guy is the only local service center trusted by all pool manufacturers to service their products. Any pool repair, large or small, the Pool Guy's experienced technicians can handle it. For pool supplies, toys, and free water testing, visit the Pool Store. Trust the experience of the Pool Guy to ensure your pool construction and maintenance is done right. Call 575-6200 for the Pool Guy.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Willie 1550.
The College Station native now taking the mound for the first time with a lead this afternoon as the Bombers are reaping the benefits of the Kyle O'Keefe solo home run back in that fourth inning, or the top of the fourth inning, I should say, as we head to the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring up Philip Kunze. Kunze was the right fielder that saw that pitch just get over the wall. Not by much, but nonetheless, and a dirty changeup from Dayton Lane to start off Kunze. Kunze was well out in front of that one. There's strike one. This one hit foul on the third base side, just in front of the Bombers dugout. Coach Brock Ward going to come out and toss it over to the opposite side. Marshall scored first. Back in the bottom of the first inning, they haven't scratched across one yet, and a breaking pitch. Ben Bailey was ready to throw that one down the third. O'Keefe was ready for it as well, but it was called a ball, 1-2. Kunsa, his first time up, reached on that drop third strike that helped the Marshalls strike first. As Kunsa way out in front of it, somehow keeps it in play. It's right down the third baseline, and O'Keefe has to go all the way across the diamond, and he does, to Jeffries at first for out number one. That was about as in front of a pitch as one could be without just completely coming up empty, as Kunsa made contact with that pitch about 4 feet in front of the batter's box. I don't know how that ball stayed fair. First pitch to Gailey is outside, 1-0. After the 5-3 put out, Lane now dealing again. This one outside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Lane finding the strike zone there, getting back into the count as he tries to crawl back in. It's 2-1. This one hit high in the air. It's going to stay in play. Stefano underneath it and right. And a can of corn put out for out number 2 is now Dayton Lane settling in. Not allowed but one base runner since that first inning. There's a fly out. Stefano for out number 2. After O'Keefe went yard in that fourth inning, the Bombers lead it 2-1. First pitch to Huber. Low for a ball. The pitch, or the return of the pitch back to Lane, goes a little bit wild as he's going to have to come off the mound and grab it. Shadows completely covering everything but left field, and a little sliver in right as well. 1-1 now the count. Lane looking in, getting the signs. He kicks and delivers from the windup, misses outside, 2-1. A big swing and a miss from Huber. Huber struck out looking his last time up. And now down, I guess the count is now even at 2-2. Lane looking for his 5th strikeout of the evening and potentially an end of the inning. This one inside, and it's now a full count at 3-2. It's the full count payoff pitch, and that one missing, but not by much inside. The breaking pitch is taken for ball 4, and Huber now on first here with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Andre Ruche, the shortstop, hitting in the 9-hole before JT Van Gelder will lead things off. Or I guess we'll restart the lineup, I should say, in the on-deck circle. The on-deck circle, of course, brought to you by the Green Print Real Estate Group. The sweetest piece of real estate in Nutravolt Stadium and on the road, I should add. So we are at Graham Field in Plano. Runner at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dayton Lane on the mound for the Bombers. And it's a 2-1 lead and a big hack from Ruche. As Ruche could not get a hold of that one, 0-1. Lights have yet to turn on here. The sun starting to set. This one's hit hard in the left field. Benavidez is ranging back. That's going to one-hop the wall. Benavidez is not going to have a chance to get the runner at third, and there's a 2-out double from Adam Ruche. And that'll make it runners at second and third here with 2 outs in the top of the lineup now up at the plate. And the Marshals threatening with a little 2-out rally here. JT Van Gelder, who singled in his first at-bat of the night, and then he grounded out to Chandler Morris at second base to end the second inning. Now up for the third time today. Third time in 4 innings that he's reached the plate. Here's the pitch from Lane. This one hit in the left field. It's going to drop. 1 run's going to score. Benavidez misplays it in left. Both runners are going to score off of the JT Van Gelder single into left. It got over the head of Alante Wingate. And a quick 2-out rally from the bottom 2 in the order. And then the leadoff hitter and JT Van Gelder able to knock him in. And the Marshals retake the lead at 3-2. It's a great piece of hitting for both sides of this Marshals order as the 8 and 9 hole hitters got it started with 2 outs, and then JT Van Gelder kept it going with the 2 RBI single. We'll bring Josh Aguilar to the plate. Quick meeting with Brock Ward with Dayton Lane on the mound. There's a little bit of movement in the Bombers bullpen. That's going to be Reed Morgan up and moving, the Oklahoma State product, future transfer, and Sand Jack commit. It's going to be Josh Aguilar now at the plate. Aguilar struck out his last time. He walked his first time up at the plate. He's going to take this one high and outside of the zone. It's going to be 1-0. Runner at first after the Marshals retake the lead 3-2 over the Bombers. Bombers trying to win number 7 in a row. Here's the pitch. Low, 2-0 now from Lane. Bombers have had quality starts all season long from the starting rotation, as this 2-0 pitch is going to float into the zone. 2-1 now to Aguilar. Dayton Lane hadn't given up a run in 5 innings of work before tonight, but also he was doing all of those appearances out of the bullpen. This is his first start. Runner goes. It's low in the zone. No play here for Bailey, and the runner is going to move in the scoring position as Van Gelder steals second. One of the speedier players you'll see. Bailey looked like he may have been crossed up on the pitch, and he's going to go out and talk things over with Dayton Lane. 3-1 the count to Aguilar. As Dayton Lane looking to get out of this with the damage, only what has already been done. Swing and a miss from Aguilar. 3-2 now the count as it goes full. Three and two, 2 outs as Lane from the stretch glares in as the glove tucked underneath his left hip comes set in front of the chest, well outside, ball 4. As Aguilar will make his way on for his second walk of the night. That's walk number 4 on the afternoon from Dayton Lane. And Coach Porras looks like he may have had enough. He's going to take the ball from the College Station native on the mound. And that'll do it for Dayton Lane. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, as he was able to strike out 4 and he walked 4 as well. Got a pitching change as Reed Morgan is going to head in on the mound. We'll take a quick break and we'll tell you his stats when we come back. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
What's the it in managed IT? It is always having your software updated. It is never losing sleep that you'll lose all your information in the cloud. It is keeping everyone connected. IT is not trying to figure out what went wrong with your system. No matter what it may be, Dayhill's Managed IT has your business covered. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
The 14th Annual Curtain Fireworks Show and Fundraiser benefiting the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department is on Tuesday, July 4th at the Curtin Community Center. Gates open at 5 with hamburgers and hot dog plates, kids games, a 5-gun raffle, and more. Admission and parking are free, and carpooling is recommended. Fireworks begin about 30 minutes after dark, and proceeds benefit the Brazos County District 2 Volunteer Fire Department. Be sure to find us on Instagram and Facebook at District 2 VFD, and we'll see you on July 4th in Curtin.
Willie, 1550.
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love.
New pitcher on the hill for Coach Porras and company as Reed Morgan will now have a shot in his 4th appearance of the year. He's made 3 so far. He is 1-0 on the mound as he picked up a win against the Marshals on June 2nd after the no decision from Chase Maddox. In each of his 3 appearances previous to this one, he's gone 2 innings. Overall, he has a 1.50 ERA in those 3 appearances. He's pitched 6 innings. He's struck out 8, but he's also walked 8 as well, even though all 8 of those have come in only 2 appearances. He walked 4 against the Marshals in that winning effort in a 6-3 win at Nutrabolt, and then he walked 3 against the Cane Cutters in the opening day game before having an almost flawless outing against the Twins on May 28th in a 4-2 loss, I should say, where he went 2 innings, struck out 3, and he only walked 1. He's only given up 2 runs on the season, both of those coming in that opening day start. One of them was earned as Morgan now coming into the ball game, coming from Oklahoma State, where after his senior year in high school, he had Tommy John surgery. Actually, I think it was during his senior year in high school. Didn't pitch quite well at Oklahoma State, but the quick pitching wizard with the Goldilocks hair now on the mound for the Brazos Valley Bombers. First pitch taken for a strike as Morgan faced with Ian Landry. Landry wearing the number 7 on his back to match his position number in left field. Here's the 0-1 outside. That'll even count up at 1 apiece. Landry's first 2 times up, he singled and reached on a fielder's choice where he tried to sacrifice 2 runners around, but ended up having the lead runner being put out. There's a slider in the zone, strike 2. It's either a slider or a cutter. That one broke back in toward the right-handed hitter from the right-handed throwing Morgan. Beautiful breaking pitch. 1-2, Morgan comes set, steps off. He's wearing the white cleats with the navy socks up high. He has the tan glove. Whenever he's in the stretch, he has the right arm slouched over the front of his body as he leans in to get the sign. The runners go. This one outside. Ben Bailey not going to throw as the runner, or I guess as the hitter, was in the right-handed batter's box in the way, and it's a double steal. And now runners at second and third here with 2 outs. It's the second stolen base from Van Gelder. And a stolen base for Josh Aguilar as well, kind of piggybacking off of that one as this one is outside 2-2. 2 outs, 3-2 the score. The Marshals lead it after they put up a 2 spot here in the bottom of the 4th. Morgan replacing Dayton Lane. I'll give you the full stats on Dayton Lane in the next inning. This one's going to be chopped to short. Wingate coming forward, picking it off the turf, throwing to first, and a pick off the carpet as Thomas Jeffries had to backhand that one off the turf. And Jeffries barely able to nab Landry off the throw from Wingate by about a quarter of a step for out number 3. That saves a run and keeps it only a 1-run deficit as we head to the 5th inning here from Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Day Hill has a theory. We think ideas are powerful. They may be simple, sometimes complex. A few are even, wow, that's completely new. Whatever they are, they deserve to be seen, passed around, and even prototyped. Day Hill earned its reputation for helping businesses produce and manage documents. Today, we have evolved to be the leaders in managed IT services, 3D printers, and yes, complete imaging solutions. Using the best tools to get your ideas seen. That's how you work smarter. That's Day Hill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Willie, 1550.
So after the Marshals scratch across a couple in the fourth inning off of 2 hits, and they left 2 runners on, Dayton Lane was replaced by Reed Morgan. Lane went 3 2/3 innings. He had 3 earned runs against him. He struck out 4 and walked 4 in his total stat line on the afternoon. Didn't throw a whole lot of pitches, but was replaced by Reed Morgan, who came in and got the final out thanks to a magnificent scoop at first base for out number 3. First pitch swinging from Brian Benz as he'll lead things off in the 8-hole. He went 0 for 5 last night. Actually 0 for 4, I should say, with a walk. Missed that first pitch. He's going to hit this one high in the air in the shallow right field. Coming on is Kunsa. He's not going to get there. It's going to drop for a Texas League base hit, as that went right in between Alex Gailey and Philip Kunsa in shallow right field. Kunsa frustrated on his way back to his fielding position, and there's a leadoff single from Brian Benz to lead things off. Ben Bailey now at the plate, who led off the 3rd inning with a single, as he'll now be up for the 2nd time. The first pitch fouled off. He'll make it 0-1. Bombers took a 2-1 lead in the top of the 4th inning off of a Kyle O'Keefe solo home run into right center field, and then saw that lead evaporate rather quickly in the bottom of the inning with the 2 spot put up by the Marshals. The Marshals trying for their 2nd win of the season and also trying to snap a 6-game losing streak, as they've been heading in the opposite direction of the Bombers. Bailey squared to bunt, pulled back as the pitch was outside, 1-1. As Benz is at first. Lots of alliterations in the bottom of the Bombers batting order. Continuing the alliterations. As this bunt is laid down, it's going to stay fair, but it's called foul. Jared Huber catches a break as that ball was turning foul. Alante Wingate giving the home plate umpire a couple words from the on-deck circle, as it looks like that one may have been fair as it was picked up by Huber. If he would have let it go, it would have for sure gone foul. But he may have picked it up a little early, but nonetheless, the Marshals catch a break. Bailey could have very easily been safe at first. Instead, it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 outside in the opposite batter's box as Bailey hitting from the left side. Takes, and it's now even at 2-2. Bailey wearing the catcher's armband on the left forearm, and he's got a shin guard, or I guess an elbow guard, on the right arm. Red and white batting gloves matching the colors of his Arkansas Razorbacks, as this one's outside, 3-2. As he continues to battle in the count. 2 runs off of 5 hits. 3 runs off of 4 hits. First one for the Bombers, the second one for the Marshals so far this evening from Plano. The wind's picking up as the sun goes down. The lights are now on. As this one's going to get through the hole on the right side. Benz, who was stealing on the pitch, the hit and run works to perfection as Benz is going to go all the way standing up in the 3rd. The throw was a little bit closer than Coach Porras and Brian Benz had initially thought, as Benz came standing up in the 3rd but the throw not in time as now runners are on the corners after 2 straight singles by the 8 and 9 hole hitters in the Bombers lineup. Get things going, and looks like a quick conversation here from the assistant coach for the Marshals as head coach Mike Mack was in the Southern Miss, or at the Southern Miss Regional, watching his son. This is John Hampton out to chat with the home plate umpire. So runners on the corners for the top of the lineup here for the Bombers. A huge opportunity for the Brazos Valley to get something going. The tying run 90 feet away in the form of Brian Benz, and then the go-ahead run at first base with Ben Bailey. Bailey going on the first pitch. Huber's not going to even entertain the fact of throwing down the second. If you remember, back in the second inning, that's how the first run of the game scored, as O'Keefe scored from third off of Chandler Morris stealing second. So that'll put runners in scoring position. Nobody out for Alante Wingate as this one's outside. 2-0 now, the count to the right-handed hitting shortstop. Wingate thus far 0 for 2. He flew out to right field in the first inning, and he was called out on batter's interference in the third inning in a unique situation. Wingate with the bat pointed all the way to the ground behind his right shoulder as he takes this one for strike 1, 2-1 now the count. As the shin guard in black and white, black guard with the white stripes on his left foot, has the black arm sleeve on his right arm. Runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Wingate, well outside, 3-1. Huber even tried to frame that pitch. Kind of comical to see that. Left fielder and Ian Landry playing close to the line, and then the center fielder JT Van Gelder playing in the right center field gap almost. Provides for a pretty large hole in left center as this one's fouled off by Wingate. And that'll keep it at 3-2. The count now full. With a defensive lineup like that in the outfield, Wingate, who can definitely hit it into that gap, you would expect to see some outside pitching here from Chase Morris. Here's the payoff pitch to Wingate. Outside. I have a crystal ball. And Wingate now going to first base. Bases loaded and nobody out as Josh Hampton is going to make his way out to the mound and talk with his young righty in Chase Morris. Thomas Jeffries now at the plate. Jeffries is also 0 for 2. Has a 9-game hit streak on the line. He's also reached base other than his hits every game as well. He's been on base twice in all 9 games this season. One of the big reasons why he was the GATX Player of the Week from Week 1. That's going to be it for Chase Morris. We have a pitching change on the mound for the Texas Marshals. We'll tell you all about him when we come back. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
What's the it in managed IT? It is always having your software updated. It is never losing sleep that you'll lose all your information in the cloud. It is keeping everyone connected. It is not trying to figure out what went wrong with your system. No matter what it may be, Dayhill's Managed IT has your business covered. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Willie 1550.
No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home.
New pitcher pitcher for the Texas Marshals as Chase Morris will call it a night. 4 innings pitched for Morris. He gave up 2 runs, I should say, both of them being earned on 6 hits, and he only walked. Actually, he didn't walk anybody. Nobody walked. No, take that back. He walked 1 in his 4 innings of work. But the new pitcher on the mound, Wes Engel out of Texas State, he's only had 1 appearances, and that was back on June 4th against the Acadiana Cane Cutters in a 3-0 loss. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 earned run, walked 2, struck out 6. So a lightning bolt type of pitcher as this curveball is going to float into the zone taken by Thomas Jeffries. That was about as dirty of a breaking pitch as we've seen. Engel comes set in the windup with the bases loaded. Jeffries going to foul this second pitch off. The fastball high in the zone. Jeffries just barely got a piece of it, 0-2. Still nobody out. Bases juiced. Engel out of Texas State. A high leg kick. This one getting past Huber at home, and the tying run is going to come in. The score is Ben Bailey will advance. All the runners advance. The fastball spiked into the dirt as Jared Huber, I should say, just couldn't handle it and went all the way into the screen in an easy run for Ben Bailey as he crosses the plate. 1-2 now, the count to Jeffries. We're tied up at 3 after the run comes across the score. This one hit into the gap on the left side. 1 run's going to score. They're going to send Wingate as well. A 2 RBI single. The hit streak continues now into double digits for Thomas Jeffries, but that's not even the best part of the at-bat. The best part is that the Bombers now have a 5-3 lead off the 2 RBI base hit, as throughout the at-bat the bases are cleared. And it's now a 5-3 Bombers advantage. Jeffries hitting it opposite field, hitting from the left side, got it out of the over the outstretched glove of Andre Rooch. And now Dalton Stark hitting with Jeffries at first, still nobody out. Engel now in the stretch. The southpaw comes set up near his left ear, and the high leg kick is Stark. Puts a big swing on it, but he's going to foul it off as it slices into the parking lot down the left field line. 1-1. Unfortunate break there for Engel, and then great piece of hitting as there's a pickoff move. Jeffries had to dive back. The pickoff throw was spiked in the ground as well. Picked out of the turf from first baseman Eric Bullock. Five to 3, Bombers lead it. This one a called strike 1 and 2 now to start. Big hitting has come through. 3 runs here in the top of the 5th, and there's still nobody out. Jeffries going on the pitch. The hit and run is going to be fouled back into the screen by Stark. That'll keep the count at 1 and 2. Seen a couple hit and runs tonight. Some of them work to perfection. One of them being the bottom 2 in the order, Brian Benz and Ben Bailey. Bailey was the one with the hit and run. Benz went from first to third, and then Bailey stole the next pitch after his single into right. As there's another pickoff move over to first. Mike Mack, who's not here, like we mentioned, the head coach for the Texas Marshals, coming back into town from being in the Southern Miss regional, where his son was playing for the Golden Eagles. Here's the 1 and 2 pitch to Stark. This one high in the zone. A lot of lefties on this team, and Mike Mack, well known around the game of baseball as one of the top pitcher teachers, I should say, in the left-handed pickoff move to first base. I've done my research. There's a swing and a miss from Stark, and that's going to be out number 1 as Stark goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Dallas Stefano, who also struck out his last time up. Yes, Stefano had a great night last night. We've talked about it a couple times, including a home run. Here's the first pitch to Dallas, a big swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. It's going to make it 0-1. So after the single from Jeffries takes the lead, Stark strikes out, and there's another pickoff move to first base as Engel continues to keep keep Jeffries honest. Some of the totals for Engel so far, I'll get to it after this pitch, as Jeffries goes and a push bunt there from Stefano, perfectly executed, and it's going to be an infield bunt single. What awareness from Dallas Stefano. Saw Alex Gailey all the way on the back lip of the infield. Was covering second on the steal from Thomas Jeffries. Stark aimed that bunt perfectly. It was on the inside part of the plate on the left-handed Stefano, and Stefano pushed it past the pitching mound, and there was absolutely no way that Alex Gailey was going to have a play on it. Now runners at first and second with 1 out. First pitch swinging from Kyle O'Keefe, fresh off of his solo home run back in the 4th inning that originally took the lead. The Bombers have since retaken the lead after the Marshals took the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Engel taking his time on the mound, comes set up near his left ear. O'Keefe waiting patiently the entire time. This one well inside. It'll get away from Huber, but it'll only trickle a couple feet away. Engel's stats while at Texas State this season, he threw 7 innings, gave up 10 hits, 8 earned runs, walked 7, struck out 7. His ERA was 10.29. Started off well, and he had a couple rough outings in the middle of conference play, which ended up really tailing that ERA and skyrocketing it. There's a pickoff move to Jeffries at second. Jeffries continuing having to dive back to the bag. Pretty sure he leads the TCL in pickoffs attempted on him. Look at Engel's stats against Power 5 schools. He had a scoreless outing against Washington State and against Michigan State, the home of Michael Machma, of course. One of the Bombers pitchers. This one outside. It's going to make it 2-1 to Kyle O'Keefe. Pitched against University of Texas, only gave up 1 hit and 1 earned run in that outing. Had a scoreless opportunity against Appalachian State, and he pitched against Texas A&M as well on April 19th. There's a swing and a miss from O'Keefe. That'll make it 2-2. In that outing against Texas A&M, for all of you Aggies listening, he didn't do your team any harm. Gave up 1 hit. That 1 hit was a 3-run home run in 2/3 innings of work down at Olsen Field. 2-2 count to O'Keefe. O'Keefe's going to have to call time and step out of the box as Engel takes his time on the mound. Engel, the 6'4" sophomore, lefty, listed at 205 pounds. Runner stealing as Jeffries is going to slide in safely to third base. The double steal executed to perfection. That one almost served as a pitch out as Engel sailed it high, but even then Jeffries had a great jump, and he's able to slide in head first safely. And now the runners are in scoring position with 1 out as the Bombers continue to threaten, even though they've already pushed across 3 runs. Here's the full count pitch to O'Keefe. This one hit high in the air into right center. This one back to the wall. It is going to one hop the wall. Both runs are going to score. Actually, only one run will score. Now it's going to be a close play at the plate. Stefano thrown out by a mile as it looked like he hesitated. Coach Porras having to blame that one on himself. Taps his chest as to say, hey, my bad. Stefano had to hold up with only one out. Wasn't sure if that ball was going to get caught. I thought that ball had more of a chance to get out than O'Keefe's first home run, almost in the same exact spot as it landed over the top of Philip Kunsa. But a one-run RBI double from Kyle O'Keefe, that makes it a 6-3 ball game. 4 runs across here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to bring up Ryan Benavidez. He's going to take inside for strike one. O'Keefe hitting well to the opposite field. Both of his extra base hits tonight have come in that right field alleyway. Also come in the past 2 innings. Engel comes set, checks O'Keefe at second. That's going to be fouled back into the screen as Benavidez unable to get a piece of it, and the count goes to 0-2. Initially, I thought Stefano was the one rounding third whenever Jeffries was actually the one rounding third. I thought Jeffries had already crossed the plate, but both runners had to tag up. And thus, the hesitation allowed for Stefano to get thrown out at home. He had the green light the whole way, though. Took a big rounding hook around third base, as this one's going to be inside 1-2 now, the count to Benavidez. Engel looks in, comes set. Into the high set, Benavidez now. Takes that one low. Count now even at 2-2. Long inning for the Bombers from the plate. 4 runs across. Reed Morgan was out on the hill last time. No movement in the Bombers bullpen. So they'll be going with the quick pitching righty in Reed Morgan again. Got O'Keefe at second. This one outside. It's going to get away from Huber, and O'Keefe heads up base running. Is going to move up on the pitch. And the count now full after Benavidez was down 0-2. It's now 3-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. This one fouled off from Benavidez, keeping the count full. The inning started with Brian Benz singling, then Ben Bailey on a hit and run, hit it through the hole caused by Brian Benz stealing. After that, Wingate walked. A couple pass balls, and Brian Benz scored. And then after that, it was a 2-run single from Jeffries, and there's a big swing and a miss from Benavidez. And that will do it here for the 5th inning, but not before the Bombers break it open with 4 runs off of 5 hits. And they lead it 6-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Whether you have a swimming pool or are looking to build one, trust the Pool Guy. With a large professional staff, the Pool Guy can properly maintain your swimming pool, saving you time and money. The Pool Guy is the only local service center trusted by all pool manufacturers to service their products. Any pool repair, large or small, the Pool Guy's experienced technicians can handle it. For pool supplies, toys, and free water testing, visit the Pool Store. Trust the experience of the Pool Guy to ensure your pool construction and maintenance is done right. Call 575-6200 for the Pool Guy.
Willie 1550.
Reed Morgan back on the mound for the Brazos Valley Bombers and Coach Trey Porras' squad as they now lead it 6-3 after a 4-run top of the 5th inning. No decision now with the new lead from the Bombers side of things as Dayton Lane will make his way out of his first start with a no decision. That gives an opportunity for Reed Morgan out of the bullpen to get his second win of the season. He got his first win against this same Marshals team back on the home opener against the Texas Marshals back at Nutrabolt on June 1st. Speaking of Nutrabolt, as the first pitch misses inside, here's the 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. Now the count to Eric Bullock. Speaking of Nutrabolt, the next game, Star Wars night on Friday, as the Bombers will welcome in the Victoria Generals for the first time this season. Here's a chopper back to the mound. It's going to be corralled by Morgan. The toss to first where Jeffries is waiting for out number 1. So 3 pitches, 1 out here for Morgan as he's retired Eric Bullock. That's going to bring up Connor Scruggs, the righty third baseman, who reached on a fielder's choice and then also flew out back in the 3rd inning. But Star Wars night for the Brazos Valley Bombers at Nutrabolt Stadium, sporting some pretty awesome Darth Vader jerseys as the first pitch is going to be swung on. Morris is going to corral it at second, and an easy toss over to first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now for Reed Morgan, as that's a 4-3 put out. It's going to bring up Philip Kunsa. Kunsa, the benefactor of the drop third strike back in the 1st inning, as Kunsa is going to go ahead and pass up home plate and walk his way all the way down to third base, where his hitting coach and current head coach is waiting in third base, John Hamilton. So Kunsa now back into that right-handed batter's box, just with a quick chat with his third base coach. And here's the first pitch from Morgan. The slider is going to reach. There's strike 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-3, Bombers lead it. Next pitch missing inside, 1-1 now to Kunsa. This one misses outside, but not by much. Bailey trying to spot up the pitch on the outside corner. Couldn't get the call. On deck is Alex Gailey. Here's the 2-1. This one chopped to third. O'Keefe has to range over to his left. The sidearm throw to first is in time by about 2 steps, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nobody left on base after no runs, no hits, no errors. The Bombers keep their 6-3 lead and are now well in hand of the momentum with a shutdown inning from Reed Morgan. We're heading to the 6th here from Plano. It's 6-3 Bombers. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Dayhill has a theory. We think ideas are powerful. They may be simple, sometimes complex. A few or even, wow, that's completely new. Whatever they are, they deserve to be seen, passed around, and even prototyped. Dayhill earned its reputation for helping businesses produce and manage documents. Today, we have evolved to be the leaders in managed IT services, 3D printers, and yes, complete imaging solutions. Using the best tools to get your ideas seen. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
You need help if you've been charged with a crime. The justice system is daunting. You need an experienced defense lawyer to obtain the best results for you. Steve Gustitis, attorney at law, has been helping people fight criminal charges for over 20 years. Call Steve Gustitis now to schedule your free consultation. 823-9111. Qualified people are ready to take your call. Let Steve Gustitis put his experience to work for you. 823-9111. Visit GustitisLaw.com today and get the help that you need.
Willie 1550.
Wes Engel back out on the mound for the Texas Marshals after he gave up a couple of runs in the 5th inning, but a lot of those runs were accounted to Chase Morris, who left him on base. It's 6-3 Bombers as they look for win number 7 in a row over the Texas Marshals tonight. The Marshals trying to avoid their 7th straight loss and also trying to climb back into that 4th spot in the TCL standings. Trying to see if we can get you a quick update here on the other game that's going on right now, where the Generals lead it 3-2 over the Texarkana Twins. Close game down in Victoria. That's where the Bombers will be tomorrow night. Here's the first pitch to Morris. This one fouled off, but not by much, as it lands a couple feet into foul ground deep down the line and right. That was actually the second pitch, as it's now 1-1. Morris's first time up, singled, and then got to second before being stranded. And then he flew out back in the 4th inning to center field, a hard hit ball almost to the warning track in center, as this one's going to be high. That'll make it 2-1. Ball definitely carries here in Plano. Bombers had yet to hit a home run all season long. They've hit 3 in the past 2 games from Grand Field, as this one's outside. 3-1 now the count to Chandler Morris. Morris had the day off yesterday. Now with a chance tonight, playing second base for Michael Hellman, who gets the night off, as that one's outside, ball 4. Morris will toss the bat over to the third base side and then toss his elbow guard as well, as he'll trot down to first for the leadoff walk. They'll bring up Brian Benz. Benz scored a run off of a single to lead off that 5th inning. He was moved over by the Ben Bailey hit and run. Then he scored off of a pass ball following a Alante Wingate walk. Benz squares around a bunt, then pulls back. Pitch misses. That'll make it 1-0. Bombers at 7-2, a half game up on the Acadiana Cane Cutters in the TCL standings. This one a pickoff move over to Chandler Morris at first. Another pickoff move to Chandler Morris at first. 1-0 the count here to Brian Benz. Engel comes set in the stretch with Morris at first. Lifts the leg, delivers. This one high, 2-0 now. Benz at the plate for the 3rd time tonight. Big hole on the left side of the infield as the Marshals are in double play depth. This one misses well outside in the opposite batter's box. It's going to be 3-0, as you would expect Brian to be taking the whole way here. Three 3-0 pitch coming from Engel, and it's going to miss outside, ball 4 for a 4-pitch walk. It's going to put runners at first and second now for Ben Bailey. Bailey has reached both times by the way of a single. He scored a run back in the 5th. If he can continue the success that he's had tonight from the plate, could potentially either give the top of the lineup a couple more ducks on the pond to work with, and maybe even a run across with Chandler Morris standing at second base. Pitch from Engel, squaring the bunt as Bailey pulls back. The ball gets away from Huber, and both runners advance. So there's now runners at second and third. Shortstop Andre Ruche with his hands on his knees at second base. This is now 1-0 to Bailey. Arkansas Razorback from behind the plate. He swings and misses at this one, now 1-1. Gailey goes back to the windup after both runners advance. Nowhere for him to go. This one inside almost hit Bailey. Bailey turned against it, was willing and ready to get plucked, and that one almost got him, missed by about a hair. Here's the 2-1. That one low. This is now 3-1 in the count. First base is open, but the top of the lineup due up here for the Bombers. Not your ideal situation. Here's a pitch. That one low. It's going to get away from Huber, and the run will come in to score as Morris tippy-toes his way into home plate. Taps it with the very tip of his cleat, and he'll make his way into the Bombers' dugout. And now mound visit and the potential pitching change here as Engel continues to struggle. Still nobody out after the walk with Bailey. Runners on the corners and a 7-3 lead now. May not be any action here yet. We're going to wait and see what happens before we decide to take a break. Both runners coming off of the bases and heading into the dugout. I guess they're getting a drink of water. And a whole meeting on the mound with the entire infield. Sun is completely set. It's been dark for some time now, and there's not going to be a pitching change just yet. As it's 7-3, Bombers lead it. And Wes Engel is going to stay in the game, at least for now. That's going to bring up Alante Wingate. Wingate walked in his last at-bat. Came around to score off of the Thomas Jeffries RBI single. Here's the pitch. This one grounded to short. That could be a double play ground ball. Over to second for one. The first in time. A double play. The run will score as Brian Benz, I should say, comes in to score. It's 8-3 Bombers, but Wingate grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. And now there are 2 outs and nobody on. Nowhere for Brian Benz to go. I actually should say Ben Bailey. I keep getting them mixed up. It's all the B's. Thomas Jeffries now at the plate, takes for strike one. Curveball misses inside. That one crossed the plate right at the letters, and it'll make it 1-1. Here's the pitch from Engel, and a big swing and a miss from Jeffries. Engel now in his second time around the order faced Jeffries the first time around. That's when Jeffries was able to get the initial two RBI double. This one misses outside, 2-2. Quick windup here from Engel. It's going to miss low. Is a newfound confidence from the Texas State Bobcat on the mound. Stares in, Jeffrey at the plate, full count. That's going to miss outside as Jeffries will take the walk on ball 4. And he's got a free bag, and that's going to bring up Dalton Stark. Crowd has stuck around as we are starting to get into the later innings. Here in the top of the 6th. Like I said, the sun is set for quite some time now. It's gone down to 79 degrees. So this one's going to miss outside to Stark, 1-0. Completely under the lights here at Graham Field, home of the Texas Marshals. 1-0 pitch high in the zone up at the letters. 2-0 as there's some action continuing in the Marshals bullpen. Engel comes set. Here's a pitch to start. That one's going to fly in the zone, 2-1. Runner at first. Jeffries toying with Engel on the mound, and this one's fouled straight back toward the first base dugout by Stark. 2-2 after the swinging foul ball. Dallas Stefano on deck. Stefano reached on a push bunt last time up. Perfectly executed play. As now Jeffries is going to go. This one well inside. Jeffries sliding in feet first to second. He's safe for another stolen base on the night. The second time he's been able to steal. And that one misses outside, so Stark again able to work his way up in the count, and that's going to be enough. For Wes, Engel is now 2 straight walks that put runners on with 2 outs, and now Dallas Stefano will have to wait for his at-bat. And we're going to have a pitching change. We'll tell you all about the new Marshals pitcher on the mound when we come back. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
What's the it in managed IT? It is always having your software updated. It is never losing sleep that you'll lose all your information in the cloud. It is keeping everyone connected. It is not trying to figure out what went wrong with your system. No matter what it may be, Dayhill's Managed IT has your business covered. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
KWBC, College Station Bryan, your home for the legends of country. This is Willie 1550.
So new pitcher on the mound is Aaron Hassel out of Midland University. The right-handed pitcher stands at 6 foot 220, and he's a freshman from Midland. We'll see if we can get you some stats on Hassel. Hassel comes in with runners at first and second. And the runner at second being Thomas Jeffries, who has already stolen 2 bases tonight and shown off the speed a couple of times. And then you have Dalton Stark at first. Great job by these hitters in the Bombers of not giving up with 2 outs. 3 of their runs have come with 2 outs. Both of them scratched across early, and then one of the runs in that 5th inning. So now Dallas Stefano, the plate fresh off of his push bunt, perfectly executed back in the 5th inning. So Bombers are getting close to batting around. This one low, taken for a ball, 1-0. Aaron, a Husky fella, comes in from the set, or the stretch, I should say. This swinging foul ball from Dallas Stefano. A short motion from Hassel just in the first couple of throws. It's got a light tan glove to match the uniform. This one's going to be rocketed to first, but a play made by Eric Bullock. Stefano got all of it, but the line drive went right to Bullock, who only had to reach over his body, or reach across his body to make the play for out number 3. The Bombers score another 2 here in the 6th inning, thanks to 1 base hit and 4 walks from Marshall's pitchers as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-3 Bombers. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
When it comes to your health, you want one place that can go the distance with you. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health has the resources, the technology, and the expertise. From primary care to precision medicine, all under one name. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a Baylor Scott & White physician, visit bswhealth.com.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Willie 1550.
Reed Morgan back on the mound for the Brazos Valley Bombers as they lead it 8-3 over the Texas Marshals. First pitch not called a strike. I was expecting a strike call there, but instead Alex Gailey up at the count 1-0. Gailey struck out his first time up. And he flew out the last time. This is a short roller back to the mound, and Morgan hops off quickly, throws to Jeffries at first, and there's out number 1. Morgan got through the last inning with only 5 pitches, as it seems like it's been forever since his outings. He came in the middle of the 4th inning, and then after that, that's when the Bombers went off with 4 runs in the top of the 5th. And so that was a long inning. Then he came back in, had 5 pitches in the bottom of the 5th. And the Bombers had another long inning in the top of the 6th. And now he's back out there with a quick out. First one, a strike. And the second one, a strike as well, as the appeal goes to first, and Jared Huber now finds himself down in the count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball outside, almost able to nick the zone, and instead it's 1-2. All ground outs thus far from Reed Morgan. Another check swing. This time the appeal is held up. He didn't go. 2-2 now the count to Jared Huber, the catcher, hitting from the right side. Wearing the all-white batting gloves, all-black cleats, Under Armour, the black belt, black batting helmet as well. So swing and a miss, a foul tip, actually, as Bailey was almost able to secure it. Couldn't for strike 3, but it's going to keep Huber at the plate. Here's the 2-2, chop to third. O'Keefe has to charge it. The throw is low from across the diamond, but another pick from Thomas Jeffries, who's been incredible defensively at first base for the Bombers. And there's out number 2, another ground ball put out off of the pitching from Reed Morgan, as it just seems as if the Marshals can't get a bat underneath the ball here in the last 2 1/3 innings. Going to bring up Andre Ruche, and the first one called ball, 1-0. 8 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Bombers. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Marshals. Neither team has made an error so far in the series. Here's a called strike, 1-1. Ruche struck out back in the 2nd inning. This one misses inside, 2-1. Then he doubled and scored a run back in the 4th. His run was the go-ahead run that made it 3-2 in favor of the Marshals before the Bombers' bats woke up and scored 6 unanswered. This one outside, 3-1. Already 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Bombers looking for another shutdown inning out of Reed Morgan. This one chopped on the third base side. It's going to go foul. Troy Anderson wearing the catcher's gear, and it looks like he's going to make his way potentially to the bullpen. Might just trying to juke me out. Troy's that kind of guy. Loves to goof around. This one inside, ball 4, so there's the first base runner against Reed Morgan. As slowly there's some movement in the Bombers bullpen. Anderson making his way down there with Gavin Alvarez, Clayton Hill. Clayton Hill had a 2-inning outing yesterday, so I wouldn't expect to see him, but Gavin Alvarez hasn't thrown since game 1 of the Texarkana doubleheader. First pitch outside to JT Van Gelder. Morgan already with 2 full innings of work. Came in for the last out of the 4th inning and then pitched the entire 5th inning and the first 2 outs here in the 6th. Looking for 2 1/3 with an out here. This one right back up the middle. Watch out as Wingate comes across, knocks it down in shallow center field before it went into the outfield, but there's no throw on the play, and there's a shallow outfield single, I should say, from JT Van Gelder. That's his 3rd single of the night, along with 2 RBIs as well. So Van Gelder doing his job from the plate for the Marshals, and that's going to bring up Josh Aguilar, who also has had a couple of on-base opportunities, both of them coming from the way of the walk. Still 2 outs as there's a large lead from Andre Ruche at second base. Oh, 0-1 after the called strike on Aguilar. It's a pitch from Morgan. This one to second. This should be an easy out, number 3. To toss to second is a little closer as Van Gelder almost able to use the athleticism to get there in time, but the throw beats him by about a half of a step. And that is out number 3. So Morgan puts a couple runners on, but there is no damage again. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base as we head to the 7th here from Plano. It's 8-3 Bombers, and you're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Dayhill has a theory. We think ideas are powerful. They may be simple, sometimes complex. A few are even, wow, that's completely new. Whatever they are, they deserve to be seen, passed around, and even prototyped. Dayhill earned its reputation for helping businesses produce and manage documents. Today, we have evolved to be the leaders in managed IT services, 3D printers, and yes, complete imaging solutions. Using the best tools to get your ideas seen. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Willie 1550.
It's 8-3 as Kyle O'Keefe steps into that right-handed batter's box and takes strike 1 from Aaron Hassel to start things off here in the top of the 7th inning. Thank you again for joining us here on Willie 1550. I'm Kyle Yeomans, riding solo here on the first leg of the road trip. I should be rejoined by my partner Nick Laupius, and we'll scoop them up on our way to Victoria tomorrow. As the 1-1 pitch to O'Keefe misses outside, it's 2-1. O'Keefe, a triple away from the cycle, singled in his first at bat, hit a home run in the 4th, and then doubled on a short hop to the wall. Almost had his second home run. That one would have been a 3-run shot. Instead, had an RBI there. There's a big swing and a miss as O'Keefe was looking for that cycle right on that one swing. O'Keefe leading off for the first time tonight. He's now down in the count. This one down the line, if it's fair, it's not fair. It's going to go foul as it sliced just a bit. I was about to say if it was fair, that might have been a chance for the triple for O'Keefe. The way that the Bombers have been hitting, he may be not, or he might not be in his last at bat, I should say. May get another chance sometime in the ninth. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch outside, ball 4. So O'Keefe keeps his 3-for-3 night alive, and his on-base percentage goes up a little bit with the walk. And that'll bring up Ryan Benavidez, who is yet to reach base tonight. He's grounded out twice to first base unassisted, and then he struck out back in the 5th inning. This will be his 4th at-bat of the day. Benny, the University of Arkansas Little Rock commit, as this one's hit high in the air, belted in the right field, but it's going to go foul. Benavidez got all of that one, but pulled it all the way into the street. 0-1 after the long strike from Benavidez. This one inside as well. Aaron Hassel not showing any remorse, trying to hit that inside part of the plate even after Benavidez turned on that one. 1-1 as Benavidez turns on it again, sends it down the first base line, but once again it's going to trickle foul. Hit the worm-burning ground ball on the right side of the infield and just couldn't get it to go fair. 1-2 the count. Runner on first in the form of Kyle O'Keefe. And he's going to be on his way back to first with a pickoff move, and the throw goes back to Hassel a little wild. The third baseman, Connor Scruggs, is there to pick it up. 1-2 pitch. O'Keefe goes. This one hit high in the air to right center field. Underneath it is JT Van Gelder for out number 1. Benavidez again gave that one a ride all the way to the warning track. Van Gelder, we've seen his speed all day long, whether it be on the base paths or in the outfield. There's a reason why he's in center. He was able to track that one down, had to go up a little over his head to make the play, but he was able to do so. And that'll set down Ryan Benavidez, and that'll bring up Chandler Morris. Morris on the day, 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a run scored, a stolen base. He flew out in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch from Hassel. This one hit to third. Corralled and thrown into second from Scruggs. The throw to first is in time. And a 6-4 or a 5-4-3 double play. And Coach Porras, unhappy with the call, is going to have a couple words with the first base umpire while grabbing his base runners' helmets. And it's now time for the 7th inning stretch. The Bombers lead it 8-3 after the double play as we head to the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
Whether you have a swimming pool or are looking to build one, trust the Pool Guy. With a large professional staff, the Pool Guy can properly maintain your swimming pool, saving you time and money. The Pool Guy is the only local service center trusted by all pool manufacturers to service their products. Any pool repair, large or small, the Pool Guy's experienced technicians can handle it. For pool supplies, toys, and free water testing, visit the Pool Store. Trust the experience of the Pool Guy to ensure your pool construction and maintenance is done right. Call 575-6200 for the Pool Guy.
What's the it in managed IT? It is always having your software updated. It is never losing sleep that you'll lose all your information in the cloud. It is keeping everyone connected. It is not trying to figure out what went wrong with your system. No matter what it may be, Dayhill's Managed IT has your business covered. That's how you work smarter. That's Dayhill. Learn more at dayhill.com.
Willie 1550.
Reed Morgan's night is done after 2 1/3 innings of work. He didn't give up a run, and he only gave up 1 hit. Didn't strike anybody out, and he walked only 1, as he's going to be replaced by none other than Clayton Hill. In the last inning, I said, oh, hey, Clayton Hill's heading to the right or left field bullpen for the Bombers. Threw 2 innings last night. Don't really expect him to see him in, and then Coach Porras laughs at that and decides to say, Kyle, stick to broadcasting. Don't try and make coaching decisions. And you're right, Coach Porras. As Clayton Hill comes in, he had 2 innings of scoreless work last night en route to the 11-0 shutout victory for the Bombers in Game 1 of the series against the Texas Marshals. And he's back out on the mound tonight in a 8-3 lead. Update for the game down in Victoria. It's in the bottom of the 8th. And the Generals and Twins are tied up at 3. There was a 3-2 Generals lead, and the Twins have tied it up. And so that game, deciding whether or not the Marshals lose a game on the Twins in the race for that 4th spot, or whether or not Victoria loses a game for the race for first place with the Bombers, as the Bombers are a full game ahead already. Lead things off here for the Texas Marshals is Ian Landry, as he hits the first pitch hard, a 1-hopper to short as Wingate had to range over to his left. Makes the play smooth as silk over to first base for out number 1. It's 1 pitch, 1 out for Clayton Hill. Can't get more efficient than that one. And the 6-3 put out starts things off here for the Marshals. That's going to bring up Eric Bullock. Once again, Bullock was not in the order yesterday. Don't remember him being in the order at Nutrabolt as well. It's the first game that I've seen him in. Here's Clayton Hill, first pitch up at the letters. Called a ball, 1-0. Still some movement in the Bombers' bullpen. It's Gavin Alvarez is out there and throwing, the future Southeastern Missouri commit, and this is going to be an opposite field single into right field as it 1-hops to Dallas Stefano, and there's a 1-out single for Eric Bullock. Bullock, that's his 2nd time on base, his first single of the night thus far, and that's going to bring up Connor Scruggs. Scruggs 0 for 3. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Flew out to left in the 3rd inning, and then he fell victim to one of the many Reed Morgan grounds outs in a ground ball to Kyle O'Keefe at 3rd base. Here's the pitch from Hill. That one high. Final stats for Reed Morgan. No runs in 2 1/3 innings of work. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit. There's the pitch from Hill. That one a called strike. 1-1. Bullpen scoreless inning streak now up to 26 with Reed Morgan's 2 1/3 innings of work. It's actually up to 26 and 2 1/3 innings of work. Here's the runner going. The throw from Bailey is off and to the left. Morris is there for the scoop, but no play as the stolen base is successful from Eric Bullock. Now Scruggs hitting with a runner in scoring position. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, that scoreless inning streak potentially in jeopardy with a base hit here. Wingate playing all the way back to the outfield lip as Scruggs is going to call time. Chandler Morris playing close to the bag at second up the middle as the middle infielders continue the pinch. Kyle O'Keefe on the 3rd base side playing toward the line, and then this one's going to hit up the middle. It's a single in the center. Coming up throwing is Stark. The throw is on a hop. It's not in time, and the run's going to score Like I said, there's the snap of the bullpen scoreless inning streak as it comes to an end at 26 2/3 innings of work from the Bombers bullpen, and the Marshals score to make it 8-4. So Hill looking in. Comes set. Runner at second now after the double. Or I guess the single and then with the throw. 2 straight singles given up. Alvarez still throwing in the Bombers bullpen. Philip Kunsa at the plate against Clayton Hill. Runner goes. This one hit on the left side of the infield. Wingate's there to pick it. The throw to third is in time. What a play from Alante Wingate. Wingate went all the way on the third base side of the infield, made the backhanded scoop play, and instead of trying to get the out at first, saw Connor Scruggs rounding third and then tossed it over to Kyle O'Keefe in one motion, and O'Keefe a heads-up play to receive that one and put the tag in time. There's out number 2. This one low and out of the zone, 1-0. Kunsa hit that one into the hole, but because of the play from Wingate, it's going to negate a potential base hit as Kunsa goes. The throw to second is in time. The tag is dropped. Morris put the tag on and couldn't handle keeping that one in the mitt. So now a runner on second again after another stolen base from the Marshals, who have all of a sudden become aggressive on the base paths. Here's the pitch from Hill. This one fouled into the screen, and I'll make it 2-1. 2 outs here. The Marshals have already scratched across another one. It's 8-4. Their 5th run waiting at second base if Alex Gailey here can get a base hit. Jared Huber lurks on deck. A looping breaking pitch from Hill misses high in the zone as Bailey got crossed up again. He's going to talk with his pitcher. New signs implemented for the Bombers over the past couple of days. They implemented them during that doubleheader with the Twins on Sunday, and so this is only game 3 with the new signs and pitching coach Brock Ward. Seen a couple of instances where pitchers have been crossed up. 3-1 now the count to Alex Gailey. Rounded out back to Reed Morgan in the 6th inning. He's 0 for 3. But up in the count here in the hitters count, 3-1. Hill comes set, checks Kunsa at second. Another breaking pitch. This one skied in the air to right field. Giving chases Stefano right on the line. The sliding play is not made. Stefano was there. Had to go down to the turf to try and make the play. But he couldn't handle it with the one-handed catch. Hill a little frustrated. Thought he may have had out number 3, but instead it's going to drop in for a base hit. So runners at the corners now and 2 outs. That's an unfortunate break for the Marshals as Kunsa, who is at second base, could have easily been at home with 2 outs. You're running on every pitch, every piece of contact, and Kunsa's still at third base because of a lazy base running opportunity. So the Marshals miss an opportunity to tack on another run. Runner still at the corners. Hill's going to step off and try and get the sign again from Bailey. Kunsa faking the home. Here's the pitch. That one low in the dirt. Bailey corrals it, though, and there's ball 1. 8-4, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. In Plano, Texas, the Bombers lead it over the Texas Marshals. Second of a 2-game series is this one in the dirt as well. Coach Porras up on the top step of the dugout. Doesn't look like he's going to make any moves anytime during the at-bat. The bullpen has come to a halt as Gavin Alvarez makes his way a little bit back into the dugout, trying to signal to his head coach. And there's a throw instantly down the third on the first to third play. It almost was able to get Philip Kunsa, as that time Alex Gailey was stealing from first, and instead of going to second base, Ben Bailey decided to come up firing the third. O'Keefe, I should say, snuck in right behind the runner and almost put a tag on him for out number 3. Instead, there's runners in scoring position. Still 2 outs and a 3-0 count to Jared Huber. Andre Ruch is on deck. This one inside. That'll make it 3-1. Marshals have almost evened up the hit column against the Bombers, as this one's low, and that'll load the bases. And Coach Brock Ward is going to make his way out to the mound to talk with Clayton Hill. So Huber on with a walk, and the bases are now loaded. Kunsa at third, Gailey at second, Huber at first, and Ruche at the plate. 8-4 as the trio of Hill, Coach Ward, and then Ben Bailey convene at the mound. Gavin Alvarez still warming up in the Bombers bullpen. With that walk and the bases now being loaded, the tying run is now at the plate in the form of Adam Ruche. After the long meeting, the home plate umpire has to go and adjourn it. We'll get back to playing baseball here. 2 outs, bases loaded, tying run at the plate for the Texas Marshals. It's an 8-4 lead for the Brazos Valley Bombers here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ruche steps out, readjusts his bat, the handle he has, and gets back in. Hill comes set. Delivers. This one hit on the ground to short. Wingate throwing the first instead of getting the quick out to second. It is in time, and the Bombers can take a sigh of relief, as for the second time today, the Texas Marshals have left the bases loaded, but not before they score a run in the bottom of the 7th. We're headed to the 8th here in Plano. You're listening to Bombers Baseball on Willie 1550.
When it comes to your health, you want one place that can go the distance with you. As the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in Texas, Baylor Scott & White Health has the resources, the technology, and the expertise. From primary care to precision medicine, all under one name. So no matter where life finds you, today or in years to come, trust that we'll be there to care for you. To find a Baylor Scott & White physician, visit bswhealth.com.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Willie 1550.
So after the Marshals score 1 in the bottom of the 7th inning, the Bombers' bullpen scoreless inning streak comes to an end at 26 2/3 innings pitched without giving up a run. The last time the bullpen gave up a run was against the Acadiana Cane Cutters on opening day. Game 1 to game 10. It's been a good amount of time since the Bombers saw a run given up by their bullpen, and they still have an 8-4 lead as we head to the 8th inning. Here from Plano, Brian Benz to lead things off. He's walked, singled, scored 2 runs, and he struck out back in the 2nd inning. He takes this one for ball 1. Aaron Hassel still out on the mound for the Texas Marshals as this one misses high near the eyes, and it's taken for ball 2. This one taken for ball 3 as Hassel now falls down in the count again to Benz. Benz walked on 4 pitches his last time up, and this one is going to be in the zone 3-1. Marshals have 2 days off after this one concludes. Here's the 3-1 pitch inside, and Benz now on for the 2nd time in a row by the way of the walk. But the Marshals will have 2 days off before they make their way to Acadiana to play the Cane Cutters. And they'll return back home as there's now a pitching change for the Marshals. That's going to be it for Aaron Hassel in his relief appearance. And we'll tell you about the new Marshals pitcher in just a bit. But first, we're going to take a break here on Willie 1550. You've been listening to Bombers Baseball.
Nutrabolt is a fast-growing nutritional life science company whose team members play as hard as they work with products that are designed to empower the everyday athlete. They strive to be the highest achieving and most respected nutritional life sciences company in the world, delivering superior products and service while creating life-changing opportunities for those they serve. They're proud to be a part of the Brazos Valley and enjoy participating in this community. To learn more, please visit Nutrabolt.com.
Hey you, what are you excited to celebrate? I'm sure you have plenty of reasons, and WB Liquors is here to make sure you begin each and every celebration with us. WB Liquors is your neighborly store where you're in and out in a matter of minutes. Our convenient parking, friendly employees, and the right selection will help you get your celebration started. So for every season and any reason, WB Liquors is your stop for liquor, wine, and beer. WB Liquors, let's celebrate. Visit your nearest WB Liquors today.
Willie 1550.
New pitcher on the mound here for the Texas Marshals, and it's another familiar face, or a familiar number, I should say. It's number 19. He's not listed on the roster. Let's see if we can get you who the no-name pitcher is here for the Texas Marshals. It's 8-4 in favor of the Bombers as the Marshals scored one in the bottom of the 7th, and just before the pitching change, I was talking about how that was the end of the 26 2/3 innings of scoreless work for the Bombers bullpen. So after the warm-up pitches conclude, it's going to bring Ben Bailey to the plate. Bailey 2 for 2 on the night. He has 2 singles, a run scored, and a walk, as he will face the new pitcher. And the new pitcher in the game, I just got word, is number 19, Braden Talley, as this one's going to be thrown the first off the bunt attempt, and the sac bunt is successful from Ben Bailey, and that'll move Brian Benz over to second. So a runner in scoring position for the top of the order as Elante Wingate will make his way back to the plate. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Bombers lead at 8-4. Brandon Talley actually played left field last night. He's got a sidearm approach as this one misses low and inside to Wingate. Throws underneath at a interesting angle, not even with the ground, but even below that not submarine-like, but still very low. In between a 3/4 arm slide and then completely sidearm. So this one misses. It's 2-1. 2-0, I should say. Runner at second here for Alante Wingate. Wingate grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his last time at the plate. As this one, a breaking pitch, misses. 3-0. I'm corrected. 2-1 is the count to Wingate. This one hit high in the air, center field. It's playable. Coming forward is Van Gelder, and there's out number 2 as Wingate pops up straight in the center field, and that'll bring up Thomas Jeffries. Jeffries having another great night as well. Extended his hit streak to now 10 games, and then he extended his streak of reaching more than once in every game this season as he walked back in his last at-bat and then stole a base. He's had 2 stolen bases, 2 RBIs on the night. Eight to four the score. 8-4 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 the score.